Greetings once more, travelers. So, you've been hearing me tell, and a new character has entered the fold. The Eel, a dangerous and deadly saboteur. One who sometimes acts upon their own accord to do terrible things, other times for money. So, has this halfling found our pirates, hurt him, insulted him in some way, and drawn his ire? Or has money changed hands? The man more mercenary? Well, sit down, grab a drink, and enjoy me tale as we find out the truth of the slippery halfling known as the Eel. Yes, today, the hunt for the Eel begins.
Yo.
Gross.
Electrify him.
He might have those powers. I'd have to check again.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's gonna get splatted.
If he throws a lightning bolt at us, then I'm definitely gonna hit him with the old 1-2 hammer.
But what if the lightning bolt is attracted to you, especially because you have a big old metal hammer?
What if lightning
That's such as the unironically dual bladed nature of my
Wasted by your own petard.
It's like, ah, bzz, ah.
As my hammer has two sides, so do the does my life.
The hammer giveth, the hammer taketh.
So,
Yeah.
yes, you managed to stop the bombs on Come What May and the Wave Crest, though the Blood Moon was set on fire and damaged. Though, with your assistance, I think you were hanging around enough to help put out the fire and make sure everything was good to go. I believe.
Yes, that did occur.
So, your two associates, not young men, Landless and Harsk, have now come and joined with you for this event here. The fire at the beach. At the docks.
At the beach. Beach fire! Woo!
Well, the docks are on the beach.
Mm-hmm.
To be fair.
Yes.
Well, it's over the beach.
Anyone got some marshmallows?
Oh my god, that'd be...
That's insensitive.
From the Fae you captured, Safina, you learned of the halfling individual known as the Eel, who was apparently the perpetrator, and a little bit about him. How that the Eel, it's very unsure. He could have personal reasons against you for some reason, for something, for going against you, or honestly, sometimes he does things like this for money. And he is known for arson, murder, and of course, he does do what seems more like, this time, a smear job. Sometimes he just ruins people's reputations. So it's sort of like, honestly, paying for it could be very obvious, but also, like, if he hates you but not enough to, like, want to murder you or set you on fire, he could just want to fuck with you, you know? He could have just been slighted in some way. Not enough to be all murdery. So.
People do have an extreme hate for halflings, apparently.
Yeah, they do.
Bro, just hate halflings.
Yeah.
Apparently.
So you very well could have...
You're gonna go suplex one of their villages, I guess.
You could...
Yeah, that this will be in vengeance for what they've done to me.
Mm-hmm. I don't think they've done anything to you.
They've done everything, right, Yaalkol?
They know what they did.
I mean,
What are they? Are you gonna
I'm
argue
still
against your
not
captain?
convinced that Harrigan isn't three gnomes stacked on top of each other. No one has presented me any definitive.
you mean
proof.
halflings? Now you're getting also
No.
gnomes.
You know what? I'm
There'd be
fine.
two
There'd
halflings.
there'd be two halflings. Be a whole link.
He's actually 6 kobolds.
I would believe it. That would make sense.
God damn it.
3 for the height, 2 for the arms.
Yeah, 100%.
It's just a mech of kobolds.
You've enlightened me to a new
He's a full throat of gold.
That's even funnier because I'm a Dragonborn. He's the kobold person. Just falls apart into a scattering of kobolds as soon as we attack him.
Alright, is this Harston landless like new where this guy was, right?
They have an idea. They found
general
a
area.
laboratory to the north of the fortress, out in the jungle areas. They apparently found an old ruin, and in the like a hidden basement area of the ruin, which was accessible, they managed to find a laboratory of sorts, new, obviously new and used, not something that has been like here for years and years. Now, granted, on its own, this is where they tracked the thing to, so that's why they're like, well, you know, probably whoever this is, the one that set this up, they don't know how long this person's been there. They don't know anything about that. They're just like, hey, we found this. We're back. Now, it has been a few hours. They're basically going to give you the information that it is, we can lead you there. It's about an hour to the north in the jungle. It's a little bit cutbush. If we hadn't run into some trouble along the way, we probably would have been back here sooner. It does take a little bit longer to track. How'd the party go?
I missed half of it.
Well enough.
I point.
I went up in smoke.
I point to the ship on fire.
They'll certainly be talking about it for a while.
Yes!
Yeah, but they only got a little on fire.
Did one of the pirate crews get a little drunk and accidentally start a fire knocking over a lantern?
No.
No, wasn't an accident.
Bombs, actually.
Oh!
Yeah. Magical bombs.
Sabotage.
You think our,
Yeah, I do think.
Most likely, and
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest with you. If this cost me my seat on the council, this fucking halfling is gonna feel my wrath.
well,
Are you telling me he wasn't gonna feel your wrath anyway? He tried to
Yeah,
kill
well,
people.
it's a threat, Jacob. Usually when I say these things, people just back me up. All right? It's
Yeah,
not easy.
get him, Gab!
Cool.
Thank
Now
you.
you're doing too much.
I would request him alive, not splattered onto the floor.
We'll try not. I mean, he has a really hard time not pancaking things.
Can we stop? You know what? Can we stop requesting people alive? It's not easy.
This
All right?
This is the last time.
Let me do my thing with him.
As long as you get him before they say parlay, it's fine.
We need to figure out, like,
we gotta
a
talk
better-
about that later, Jacob.
When I'm done with him, he'll be wishing he had said parlay.
So, I'm not going to be on here long, but I'm just going to pop over here as the cameras are not going to be right. I didn't correct them. But it's basically north, up in this area,
this
up in
next
here.
here.
Yeah, like probably closer to like the edge up here, I'll say.
Easy enough. That's not that far.
So as I
I'm
said, it
looking
is.
to get myself a peaceful bound weapon or something.
It
like
is like a mile and a half, and honestly, they trailed through the jungle, so that's why it took them so long.
Yeah.
You know? And they know the trail through the jungle. Like, you know, it's an unfortunate thing of like when you track something and discover the trail for it, and it goes straight through a large jungle. You can't really like bushwhack
around the jungle.
Yeah, because then you're just guessing where you found it before. So they can lead you back there, but it'll take a bit of time.
Let's go.
You will see Misty come out with a large, kind of weird bag of things. All right, let's go.
I'm ready.
As you're beginning to depart, you will see actually the one woman that was with Harrigan actually like looking around and kind of start moving over towards you.
I guess I wait for her.
Everything all right? We saw the fire.
Yeah, we're gonna go deal with the fucker who did that.
Someone did that. Well, our captain wasn't feeling everything was safe in the docks here. Thought that maybe our ship might be next. suggesting that we take our leave.
Well, then you guys will miss the triumphant return of Captain Yaalkol with his enemy on a spit roast thing. I'm not very careful. Sorry.
That's not very reassuring.
Leave if
No,
you
that
wish.
that
She's
wasn't.
just gonna turn and leave.
Yeah,
Excuse
tell
me,
Harrigan, he can
we
leave.
did check all the ships and made sure they were safe.
Yes, you could have checked all the ships. You could have spent the time doing that. Certainly. It seems.
I
that-
That's what I'm saying to her
Yeah,
before
okay.
she.
I don't think Erik.
Mhm.
I think Harrigan probably just wants to, and this is a good excuse for him.
I was just trying to help.
Good, I don't
No,
want him here.
I got you.
I don't know why you invited him.
Well, it was fun, okay. Well, except for the fact that you know.
Gestures to the burning ship.
Well, that wasn't Harrigan.
Yeah, gotta be honest.
How do
I,
you know that he didn't put that man up to this?
Well, we'll find out. No point to speculate.
Which is why I want this man alive.
Yeah, well, at worst, we just speak with Edom, every week for a couple months and figure it all out.
I also want the man alive because we're going to give him to the captain of the Blood Moon to execute.
No, that's fair, but
Hey, should we
Hey,
alert
Resurrect.
the rest of our crew about what's going on so they can be like vigilant and try to keep order?
I've
or
already
something?
let my Marines know.
yeah, the smart people know what's up.
yeah. Now
Oh,
we're gonna go deal with the problem. We ready to go?
I'm ready, and Misty's gonna pull out this very new and fancy rifle. That is
Damn.
great. It's got an ivory stock. Very fancy.
Right.
Everything I need.
Following behind Harsk and Landless, you will definitely be able to quickly bushwhack through the jungle. They've already been through this path. Harsk rolled really well at tracking this guy, so kind of has an idea of he has a very good idea of the trail and stuff too. Eventually, though, you will come across what appears to be a small set of ruins. Probably some kind of outpost in this area. Maybe there was farmland here at one point in time, overtaken by the jungle. Hard to say with these, Cyclopsian ruins. But the building itself, probably, maybe 40 by 40, kind of vaguely squarish area. You can tell that the jungle is growing in amongst it in various places. The wreckage and the walls are around. But you do not, again, see any signs of anything or this underground as of right now. But with Harsk's help, he will point out where there is a passage that seems to be a little hidden by some brush. So you wouldn't be able to see it very easily right away. The brush is kind of in the way. But revealing it does reveal a passageway that leads down. One that any of you can fit through. Certainly originally was set for a Cyclops, but with damage and collapse of the ruins above, seems to be good enough for a medium-sized creature to push through.
Be mindful of traps.
The two of us will wait out here.
Sounds
Anything-
wonderful.
Tries to escape, do not hesitate to kill it.
Aye, aye.
If need
If
be,
it's a
I'll-
halfling, try to keep it alive, I guess, right?
No promises.
I will pull out from the handy haversack staff of journeys.
Mhm.
And I will point it forwards, and I will activate the detect snares and pits.
Okay.
So I have that concentrated for 10 minutes. So
Okay,
if,
never mind.
so if there's a snare or a pit, it won't. But it doesn't detect traps, snares and pits.
If you want, I can take point and keep an eye out for any traps.
I will cast the invisibility on myself as well.
Okay. Then give
Yeah,
me
I
a
don't have
perception
invisibility.
check, Chester.
Or
Is passing out a trick? I will.
Okay. Certainly, you will travel down the passageway a little bit, and the main thing you'll see is you will actually encounter 2 traps. There are no pits and no snares. The first thing that you'll encounter seems to be a much more what's the word I'm looking for? The first trap you're going to encounter is definitely more well put together. Like, a lot more time is set on it. It seems to be a very simple trap. It seems to be some kind of alarm system. Not using magic, using, like, a hidden noise maker. And with, like, almost a trip. Like a near invisible wire.
I'll point it out and just say, just step over the wire, we should be fine.
We'll have to make checks for that. These are Cyclops-sized stairs, and the way it's positioned is not easy to step over.
Can anyone disarm it?
I don't have any ranks in it, so I would just have a 5.
You have to be trying to get more than 10, I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a
Can
training.
I use engineering to disable it?
Unfortunately, no. You
Then I
disable
cannot
this.
disable it.
Yeah.
Is it a sound trap, or is it like what's the mechanism problem here?
It's a very sensitive wire that is positioned in such a way that you'd have to, like, kind of almost hop over it carefully. And it's on these, like, Cyclops-sized stairs that you're on. But again, this is old Cyclops ruins. The original passageway was medium-sized to collapse. When you're down here, you're on Cyclops-sized stairs. And, it would probably require an acrobatics, honestly, to get over it. Now, granted, I will tell you, wall climbing can go around it, too. Or fly over it, yes.
Yeah, do we see what the trap is though? Like the danger part of the trap? Like what would hurt us, or
It wouldn't hurt us. It would make a sound. It's
It
a,
Okay,
looks to
it's
be
a
some
noise.
kind of it's a noise-making trap, so it would alert anybody that you're coming in.
how is it designed? The noise, is it like something that's gonna fall when tripped?
You're not 100% sure. You can tell there's a noisemaker on there. Like, this
Okay.
is like stuff that you'll need disabled device to really understand.
Well, my question is like, can I just like walk around the trap and then like just like
It's
cut
blocking
the-
your way, is what I'm saying.
yeah, I can walk on
Oh,
walls.
you can walk on walls?
Yeah, that's so like, can I just walk over to where the noisemaker is and then just cut it off the string, and then like
That's
without
disabled
triggering-
device still. To trigger it without setting it off.
Does anyone have disabled devices a class?
Because otherwise you cut it and it makes noise, basically, you know. It's
Okay, yeah, I guess. Sounds.
Just the
I
only-
get you.
It's not
I
as
understand
easy
what you're
to
saying.
it's not as easy to cut as you'd think. It's just like, snip a wire, it's set up in a way.
can you
I don't have
carry
any
anyone
device.
while you're climbing?
I can give my shoes to Yaalkol and he can put them on.
Yaalkol is the main worry of acrobatics.
I don't know
I have
about
a
that.
decent.
I know
I'm
I'm
just gonna double check and make sure I don't have any ways around this. I don't believe I do, but
We can just
you're
give
strong.
the
You can
shoes
jump over
to
it.
Yaalkol.
ring of jumping is the
Oh.
only like thing I have a bit of use here. But that does give me acrobatics.
I have a +5 acrobatics. It's no longer a class skill. So
I get
boots of
it. I have a
levitation,
12.
So I can jump over with my boots of levitation and like just go over.
Well,
And
you
you
can
can
levitate and someone can pull you because
pull you or push you
yeah,
over.
or push you over. You can like
You-
throw a rope
levitating
over.
is just up and down.
Yeah.
You can't do
Yeah.
it
But someone can
horizontally.
force you sideways with levitation. They just would have to force you. You can't do it yourself.
Hold
Yeah,
on,
we
hold
could
on,
we
hold
could tie a rope around you and pull you over.
on. There are things in this cool bag.
I don't think there's anything to help with this.
Yeah, there's a scroll of gaseous form that could get someone over.
Only Jacub can read it.
Yeah, that could get Jacub over. Easy enough.
He can already get over, so that's not.
It's all over now.
I mean, God forbid I suggest things, right?
Wait, is gaseous form self only?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we could just trade out my shoes, right? I mean, I'll take
You
out
know,
a couple.
you know, just make Yaalkol to a horrible gargoyle monster and have him carry us over.
Gosh.
Stop
Other
that.
thing is
Hey, no one's saying that's off the table.
Oh wait, there's a rope of climbing.
I was just about to test that. You know.
Rope climbing is though normally up
does it
and
do?
down. You like command it and it goes taunt up.
Yes. That's what I was looking for.
Well, but if you got high enough up, then you could
I
try to
just-
swing over.
I'm just seeing if there's anything else in here that's...
I will say also the gaseous form would be easier than levitation because the levitation requires a pretty high strength check, and though Yaalkol is very strong, it would be very difficult to drag Jacub.
Yeah, I think that it would be better for just to use the potion in the Yeshurun because
Oh, it's a potion? Is it a potion or a scroll?
it's a scroll. It's never going to get used because gaseous form is not a useless spell.
Oh, but this rope of climbing lets us just like command the rope to like that has to be mounted. So is there a place within 60 feet of this trap that the rope of climbing can be mounted to?
Not really.
Okay.
Because I have magic in me over. There's slippers.
Okay, I'm gonna solve this right now.
Okay.
Ready?
All right,
I'm gonna go and use my wand of wall of ice to kind of make like a little like shelf over that. So you just step.
That's a
and then,
big
like,
wall.
That's gonna hit the trap.
That's gonna hit the trap. The ball of ice is very big.
But it can come off a wall, right? Like if a vertical.
But wall of ice is a very big wall.
It's either a plane that's horizontal or a dome.
You're gonna
And
block
also-
the tunnel with it. Is the problem?
I don't think it's like a May wall where you can just like summon it and then like people go up with the wall. We'd have to climb a wall of ice. Yeah, which I think is prohibitively difficult.
When I was thinking, instead of like it coming out of the ground, it came out of the wall.
Oh,
If
you
I
can't do it. You
forgot to
can't do
look.
it a vertical, like a flat plane. It has to be up, down, or a horizontal dome. The way the spell works.
It's also a wall of ice.
What about if I set my
'Cause the thing is,
force
it's-
shield over the wire? We just like climb on that like a little ramp, just jump over.
Well, the force shield moves with you, so like
gonna
if
trigger the
you, well, the thing is, if you position yourself on the other side, you could maybe try to use the force shield. But the thing is also, you almost carry the force shield, so it doesn't prevent you from feeling the weight. So if you'd be on top of it, yes, it's floating above you. But honestly, if you have like a Yaalkol on you, you get knocked down.
I mean, the only useful item I might have is my grappling hook and rope.
Right. So
Which
Someone on the other side could do something to connect it. You know, you'd have to force it. You'd have to, like, you know, maybe use a pin or something to, like, dig out a spot. But you could. Is ruins. The stone isn't
Wait.
completely stable.
anyone have
Yeah.
a silent spell, Prefer?
no, but I have an idea. If I can speak,
Oh, go ahead.
we have an escape ladder. Is a magical ladder that has pins on it. You could attach that to the wall and climb across if you have better climb.
Wait, escape? That
Yes,
sounds.
we
that's
have
a
an
great
escape
one.
ladder.
I have a very good climb.
I forgot we had all these items.
Yeah, I regularly look in the bag of holding.
I do too, but like that first column, I just ignore.
The column of semi-useless items? I mean, just
They're like
semi-useful.
semi-useful occasionally. This is it. Momo, you're amazing. The escape ladder works, I think, right?
It should, yeah.
Wait, it's 10 foot long. How big is this stair?
You can probably get it over here.
Climbing the ladder is also a DC 0 climb check.
So,
As in-
what, honestly, yeah, the climb ladder, DC 0, 10 climb check. So, what can kind of happen is, as weird and interesting as this is, you can use the climbing ladder, and because it kind of extends upwards, it goes up to the ceiling, and then you can have Revia climb on the other side with one end of a rope, and then you then tie the rope to the ladder, so then you can have people just like slide down to you from the rope ladder.
Yeah, you know,
You're
whatever
welcome.
works. Good one, Momo. Good one.
I like
We-
this. This is a.
I
I don't know if this is more complex or less complex. I don't know.
Hey, the trap. Listen, we
A
didn't
little
have
complex.
silence, didn't have disable device, but we got around the trap.
It is a
Okay.
little complex, but it works.
Yeah, but you'll get to the other side. You'll continue on farther down for about another 20 feet, and when you're getting towards the bottom, Chester, you will notice another trap. This one is much less well hidden. The one before, it looks like you barely managed to notice it. This one here, not very well hidden, but also probably a problem. Because this one, honestly, looks very similar to what you found on the sides of the boat.
Bomb.
Yeah.
I'll detect magic.
Oh yeah, there appears to be 4 magical bombs placed here at the bottom step.
They're dispellable.
Jacob, you got the spell?
I do have this spell, actually.
Are you willing to use it?
I mean, are you guys... I only have one prepared today. Yeah.
It's based on your spell slots. You're an arcanist.
Oh, okay, so I can... Yeah, I'm definitely willing to use it. Yeah.
I mean,
You would
it's
have to
a third level
dispel
spell
all
you got
4, though.
I don't know how many spell slots you got.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got
That's why I'm asking if you're cool with it.
Well, I got three level spell slots.
We have 2 scrolls of dispel magic in the bag of holding as well.
Yeah, so we could use the scrolls.
Yeah, I can use those. If you guys are okay with it.
Yeah, well that's why we got them.
They're
Let's
they're
go.
yours. You're the one who can use them.
Yeah.
Ah, hell
They're-
yeah, okay.
Everything
I will-
marked up in A is all you. All right, none of us can use them.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's so good. Okay, I will use 2 of them, and then you said I need total 4, right?
You would need a total of 4. As I said, there was 4 bombs down here.
Okay, so I used 2 of them.
It seems
And
like
who-
probably the eel had a couple leftover bombs and just linked them all together at the bottom of the step. This is very hastily put together, not as well made. So yes, you can use the dispel magics. Easily just disable the bombs. They will not explode. Congratulations.
Let's go. I will
Um,
take off these dispel magics from the list.
I'll collect the bombs later.
So at the bottom of the stairs, which is just kind of in front of you, is like a another copper door, similar to what you saw in the ruins of Samitha, but it is a little bent out of shape, as if the ceiling had kind of crunched in a little bit, but still maintained itself, or something hit the door, and it's slightly ajar. Certainly enough that any of you can squeeze in there, though the big guy Yaalkol will probably have the hardest time squeezing in.
Pat. Good old Yaalkol.
And before we squeeze in, can I try to peer through and see if there's
Sure.
anyone on the other side?
Mm-hmm.
Very reasonable.
Why is it everywhere that we go is squeezing?
You're very big, that's why.
I just
Okay,
feel like there should be more.
There does seem
places.
to be some kind of light in there. The flickering of what appears to be a lantern. But you do
Seems
not
to be a
see any.
lantern on the other side.
You don't see any movement in the shadows, though, or
Um,
in the room itself.
Okay, now this is gonna be a bit of a stretch. But work with me here.
Okay.
I have seen visibility.
Mm-hmm.
I have Raven's Flight.
Mm-hmm.
I could Raven's Flight, fly in there, do a scan with perception, and fly back out there.
Okay.
If you're cool with that, guys.
Which one's Raven's Flight?
Raven's Flight is this one. It turns me into a tiny blurred shape.
Okay, so you're kind of bird-ish, and you fly in there. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's up to them if you do that or not.
Makes sense to me.
It's up to you guys.
Sure. I can cast Bless on all of us if we want to just take that round to do that.
I can do haste too as you take off, so you get more movement
Well,
speed.
we want to do haste when we start combat proper, because it's only rounds per level.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Well, we also have fun fact. I believe we have a potion of haste as well.
We
Still
do.
might want the haste. I got 3
No,
tries.
I think that should. Well, just as a side note, I think that should be on like Yaalkol or something.
That wouldn't be bad, just in case Yaalkol needs to.
Just in case Yaalkol's ever out of haste range. You
Yeah.
can just off the potion.
So you're
Yeah.
doing bless on us, you said?
Yeah.
Okay.
Added in.
Mm-hmm.
Do you need
Okay.
the modifier?
No, I you gave it to us last time, so.
So yeah, I will do the Raven's Flight and I will percept.
Okay. So, this appears to be an old storeroom of some kind. Very easily to tell that as soon as you kind of fly in there. Probably the basement of this place was used to hold supplies. Honestly, a lot of the material in here destroyed, broken apart. But you can tell that in one corner of the room, there appears to be what is left over from a lab of some sort. Mm-hmm. You see no sign of anybody in there, and you do not detect them with your invisibility. Though one thing you will notice that is very obvious is a strange, nearly translucent piece of cloth that seems to be kind of hastily dropped on the floor.
Alright, I will...
it kind of almost sparkles in the light, that's why you notice it.
I'm going to inform people that the room is clear and they can come in. And I'm going to be at the ready.
Okay.
Like, looking at that cloth.
Okay.
I'll go in first. I think Yaalkol should go last because he'll probably take the longest to get there.
Yeah, absolutely agree.
He's very tall.
I was gonna say I should go last because I'm gonna have to squeeze through.
I'm a pretty small person.
Technically have to make checks, but you can't like get stuck. So you might take you some time to like find your way to squeeze through. You might have to like
booty through there.
You know.
Cool.
What kind of check?
I think that's acrobatics still. But you don't. The only person that would have to make it is I'm saying Yaalkol.
Oh, okay.
Because he's big.
Squeeze that booty.
The other medium people probably like it's like honestly it's probably like a DC 5 check. Yaalkol might be a little higher DC because she's bigger.
And what is acrobatics? You said?
I'm 5'5", so I think I'm good.
Well, Yaalkol, I just imagine is like big old massive muscular dude.
He's wide.
Also, like much heavier armor than the rest of everybody else.
He's big chunk.
Oh, yeah.
I'm in a dress, okay, but no one can see the dress anymore.
You are in a dress.
I got the
And
hat
I'm
of disguise on
impressed.
now, so.
Rip Besmara's hat.
Yeah, you know, listen, Besmara would understand.
Somewhere, Besmara's just shaking her head at you. Can't
No,
keep the hat.
she'd be proud of me of looking good while also doing her work.
The smirch your god.
You know what? Listen, if she got a problem with it, she should come down and tell me, okay?
Christ of
It's
fashion.
Besmara.
No,
She'd never
not-
come
not
down. That would
besmirched.
require her.
Exactly.
Not for besmirch, forsaken.
That would require Besmara actually doing something. Like, and she's busy, basically.
She's busy pirating.
She's busy pirating the high seas
Yeah,
of the
and
plains.
you know what?
So,
She
yeah,
looks good while pirating, and I want to look good while pirating.
Good.
Yeah, cool. Let's squeeze your booty in here.
Uh-huh.
All right, what was the check?
Just make an acrobatics check. Let's see what you
Acrobatics.
roll.
Ooh.
You'll be able to squeeze in perfectly. Everybody else will be fine. I'm not going to have you roll. But you'll be able to squeeze in then, too. So you're all in the room, and you can tell that there does seem to be the remains of an alchemy lab here. But you can easily tell this place has been hastily, basically taken apart for anything that probably is of value. A lot of materials in here are still, like, it's like basically 75% of the alchemy lab, but like the 25% that's been removed is the probably most expensive part. So like the key components of the alchemy lab set are taken. A lot of like extra test tubes and materials that are probably very useful, honestly, have been left behind. It seems like there was some kind of campsite here. The lantern itself, you will now notice, is kind of like over on its side as if it was kind of knocked over and left in here. Some people made checks earlier. One of you, I don't remember who made the nature check. Someone made a nature check earlier. You'll recognize the sparkly piece of cloth as a Nereid shawl.
Ah.
Oh, that was. I think this is what Safina was talking about. I don't know why he'd leave you behind, but yeah.
Be a trap.
I want to take a perception around the room, look for any
The
traps
only use
or
of a
hidden
shawl
doors.
is to control a Nereid, so unless he wants to try to keep controlling her. And also, he might assume that you killed her.
Yeah,
But,
I think.
with Misty's logic, it might be trapped to kill her, right?
That could be
as,
true.
as a safeguard.
Yeah, so if
Is
you want to
there-
make a perception, go ahead.
Is there magic around it?
I assume the shawl itself is magical.
I think it's magical.
It probably is magical.
I
But is that?
detect magic, so
Yeah, I mean, it is just.
I
Easy
assume the
catch.
shaw has an aura of magic of its own.
Yeah,
I'm
since, you know,
saying-
it would kill her.
Yeah, well, I'm seeing if there's a secondary aura around it, right under it or something.
It doesn't actually have magic to it necessarily.
It's supernatural, then I guess.
It is.
Yeah,
It's technically extraordinary because it's not supernatural.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. Jacub, you know, it basically has part of her life force in it.
Yeah, is a dryad's tree magical usually?
No, it would also. I
Okay.
think it might also be
That makes sense
extraordinary. Yeah, it's like it's part of
That
their
makes sense
life
then, yeah.
forces. Yeah, connected to it.
It all adds up then. Okay,
Yeah.
that makes.
So like, yeah, it's not really magical itself because just a portion of her soul is in it, basically.
Yeah. Interesting stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, like,
What do my eyes see?
To my 32
So yeah, there does
eyes.
seem to be any trap on it. Honestly.
Okay.
No.
Well, I was also looking for any like secret doors and stuff in the room.
You will notice something unusual. There seems to be some damage in part of the wall.
The wall over here seems damaged.
Taking a look at it, you can tell that it's not hidden. There's a tunnel there. Not a very big tunnel. Like something that like a small creature would have trouble squeezing through.
Goddamn halflings.
I can make it so wicked small. I got the
I
staff
was-
of size.
Please don't.
No, that actually might be useful.
Sorry, it's a knee-jerk reaction.
That's fair.
Freedom of movement wouldn't help with squeezing, I presume.
No. I'm going to tell you, you would have to be small size at least to squeeze through there. If you are not small
Okay.
size, you cannot squeeze through there.
Then are we getting? Are we all getting? All right, I'll pick up the shop. I'll put it in the handy haversack.
Okay.
So we can give it to her later.
You will actually notice, Chester, there does seem to be, kind of dropped on the floor, what look to be some various notes.
I'll pick them up.
Mm-hmm.
There's some notes here. Look at them.
Do you speak or read Halfling?
No.
It's in a language. You can make a linguistics check to see if you know what language it is.
I read every language.
Jacob has a hell of comprehend
Yeah,
language.
Jacob has a comprehend.
You know.
Oh my god, I might know what language it is.
You recognize it's probably Halfling, yeah.
Damn halflings.
So you can ask if anybody reads Halfling.
Does anyone read Halfling?
We all point to Jacob.
I do, but I mean, if you want, this would be a good time to start learning a halfling now. Kind of like kind of peer over his shoulder and start like reading it. So I point at the different words.
Can you just?
Unfortunately, the comprehend language doesn't allow you to do that, actually, because it just makes you
Okay.
understand it completely, and it like translates in your brain to language you understand.
feel like- To like your native language, I always imagine.
Yeah.
So
So you're like,
Gives you the literal translation, I think.
yeah, it makes a very literal translation. So unfortunately, inflections can be hidden by comprehend language.
I like try. I'm like, you know what? I better. I'm just gonna read it out loud. It's fine.
Okay.
I should say it. I wouldn't say.
The notes here seem to actually be detailing information about your fortress. It seems as though it's like notes that were taken on details of things like your patrols, information about the party that seems to have been gathered, and like there's things like a comprehensive listing of the ships that were going to be coming in, marking which ones seem to be the targets. There's information about probably that, honestly, it's evidence of the person that was trying to do that there. You will notice there are some notes that seem a little unusual towards the end, because it lists the you can tell like it lists the 3 ships that had bombs on them and details of locations to place basically explosives on. It has a number of suggestions. A little while after that, it lists those 3 ships again with basic information on simple crew complement, and it mentions a few individuals from each of those boats. but nothing to connect it like what's going on with them. But like gives a couple of names and a general complement of like number of crew for each of the 3 ships that were also. And this is like on the other side of the one that was talking about the bombs and stuff.
Are they both in the same writing style? Like,
Yes.
is it...
All of it seems to be in the same writing style. But that would be a linguistics to really understand that. But I can tell you that Chester could have recognized that.
Yeah.
Ancient's enough to be like, like if someone forged it, they could have, but they, this is a weird place to forge a lot of stuff in a different language when someone has already partially done it. Not necessarily impossible, just weird.
With Chester, can you tell if this is like neat, patient handwriting, or if this is like mad scrawling?
Anybody
Well, it's all looks just like it was done at like the same.
You're
you
not
said?
noticing, like, with your check you had, you really can't tell.
I wasn't sure if maybe like some of it looks rushed, some of it looks like a normal.
Unfortunately,
Or does it
that's
all look
very
the
hard
same?
to tell, like, unless
Okay.
it's really rushed, writing.
Yeah.
You don't see anything like that.
I can't tell
You
anything
can
like that.
examine it properly later if you have a person to catch.
Let's get
Yes.
small.
Well, or can Jacob? Can you turn anyone into something that can burrow through the earth and create a bigger hole?
Let me look at my notes of beasts.
Is it dirt or is it a dirt pathway or is it like rock?
I mean, like, it's probably the depths of this here is probably dirt technically. Like you're like there's rock wall that the hole is in, so you probably have to like break away some of the rock. But after that, it's probably mostly dirt with a couple of like rocks in there. Because honestly,
That
you're
way
like,
we wouldn't all have to be. Small.
and honestly, you're in a basement in a ruins. It's not going deep enough to like rock level, at least on the island.
The only
have
one
a
that really
scroll
gets hurt
of
is
rock and
Yaalkol. A D8 going to D6 is really a minor problem.
Yeah, I'm just throwing it out there, so maybe that's another option.
I'm also
I
going
mean,
to say,
you
like,
can-
even if you go too small, it's still a squeeze, meaning you still have to do a little acrobatics
Yeah.
and,
Yeah.
still have trouble.
Oh, that's pretty bad.
But if
have
we
a
have
scroll-
someone who can burrow,
So is there any monstrous humanoids that burrow?
I think so.
Is it
Plumbing.
monstrous physique?
Yes.
What level spell could you cast that at?
we
Oh,
also
I-
have a. Oh no, that one.
I can
well,
do one second and third.
So you have 1 5th level spell for it.
Yeah, 1/5 level spell for that, and I got
You can
a
get a-
couple of seconds.
You can get a 30-foot burrow speed.
and in the bag of holding, we actually have a scroll of transmute rock to mud. That would be able to enlarge the hole in the
initial
wall.
hole. Which will make it easy to burrow.
Yeah,
True. That is true.
I was just looking in the bag of holding, like anything useful
Hey.
in there for this.
Assuming transmute rock to mud is a widget spell, this all works out pretty well. It is a widget spell.
Yeah.
So Jacob can cast that, get the entrance nice and muddy, and then make Yaalkol a horrible burrowing monster.
A badger monster.
Have you found a badger monster yet to make
It
it?
has to be humanoid.
There could be a humanoid
Don't
badger
make a
monster.
humanoid. It doesn't have to be humanoid.
always-
That's
It ha-
the thing.
They're always
Monstrous
humanoid.
physique is humanoid.
Mm-hmm.
I hate that.
They're all
It's
monstrous humanoids. Yep.
Monstrous humanoids. Is there like a list that we could find to figure out whatever
No.
horrible
There is
creature
in the
Yaalkol
bestiary
is?
monstrous humanoids.
I don't have the bestiary.
In the PSFRD, you can find it.
Yeah, I found it. Let's find what horrible creature.
Burrowing is a creature that exists. It's a monstrous humanoid.
Yeah, the burrow.
It has a burrow speed, but it's a small one.
Yeah. I mean, it would make it bigger than it is now. It would make it probably the tunnel that would be able to be squeezed in by, like...
Medium.
By medium.
Even then,
But you look like a 3-foot-tall anthropomorphic prairie dog.
Yeah.
this is horrible. Is there something?
Here's one. I found another one here. Can you make him large?
Yeah, he can make him up to huge.
The Trox.
Ah.
Uh,
Rocks.
yeah. It is a hulking juggernaut with 2 massively muscled arms, a group of 4 smaller ones that jut from under its ribcage. So yeah, you've got little grabby appendages.
Doesn't have to do that.
Oh,
All right, link it. Let's go. That's what it is.
Kind of cool.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, they're actually kind of neat. And honestly,
Oh my god.
Out of all the things you could be, this one's actually kind of cool.
Did you link? I want to see what it looks like.
Rock's character.
they do have
let's
rules
see.
for being a Trox character.
Plus 6 strength, -2 to all
Mentals.
mentals.
Uh-huh.
Get the normal size bonuses. Burrow speed of 20 feet. I think you just get a burrow speed of 30 though. I think it replaces the
Yeah.
burrow speed of the creature.
Yeah.
So cool. Well, you're a Trox.
Yeah, I have to look up what it looks like now.
I got it. I think this is lore accurate.
Whoa, that looks cool as hell.
I believe this is a more accurate one.
Oh yeah, they're like they look kind of like earthy, and they're like kind of like a little insectile with like weird like stomach
Don't
appendages.
have to be like that.
Look, someone has a hammer.
Yeah.
Yeah, it comes with
Perfect.
Conquer.
It's
Can you guys
basically
The
Yeah,
lack of
cool.
hammer wasn't the problem I have with the first texture. I gotta be upfront with
It's
you.
you. It's actually all
It's
cool, but
Basically
fun.
the identical.
Really?
I think this is awesome. Oh my
Yo,
god.
it
Yeah.
might be a
Funky,
little
y'all
hurt that
cool.
you think this
This is
the-
one of the
this is-
cool.
yeah.
This is like the better option.
This is actually crack.
Wait, are
That's
these
actually
crack
pretty
stack, dude.
cool.
Are these basically
actually
just
kinda
like Pathfinder Ember Hulks?
Yeah, actually, you know, I've gone
Yeah.
a full 180. These are kind of awesome.
They're
Only make
badass.
me this.
All right, let's go.
Yeah.
You're,
Alright,
we're
I'm
gonna-
just gonna-
you're disgusting. But let's go.
All right, I will mark off the transmute rock to mud spell, and then we will have used that to make the shits big, and then we'll walk behind Yaalkol.
Yeah. All right. So
This is-
Yaalkol will kind of burrow through the dirt and create a tunnel, kind of trying to, taking it. Yaalkol has to be careful though, because Yaalkol's following a pre-existing tunnel to try to trail it. You know.
1 second. As I cast Monsters of Seek, I'm gonna use my Rod of Extend Meta Magic. Wait. No, because it's only 30. Never mind.
Okay.
It's too high of a spell.
So it will take a little bit of extra kind of time, just because it's you're trying to be careful. So it's not just straightforward burrowing. It's like so I will need Yaalkol. Can you give me a what kind of check would be following a tunnel while tunneling? God, I guess maybe.
Perception. This is how like you're
Survival?
looking, right?
I use
Swim?
You're looking
survival.
straight
Let's say
forward.
survival.
Survival fair.
Mhm.
Oh,
And it's a
nice.
good roll.
It's a good roll. Hey, look at that. So yeah, you're able to follow the tunnel, and it goes for a while and starts arcing up, and eventually leads you out where you'll kind of break through the dirt, and a bunch of like rocks and boulders and stuff will kind of fall down into your tunnel, kind of on you. I'm just gonna, I mean, like you might take some damage, but it wouldn't be a lot. I'm gonna be like. But it looks as though that the tunnel itself came out in a group of rocks about 100 feet away from the ruins. But you will merge into the jungle once again.
Based. How many minutes has it been? I guess. A rough estimate.
Since when you, like, mudded and burrowed, a couple of minutes, maybe? Like, you've been down here probably, like, honestly, like, looking through things and taking care of traps and stuff, probably, your total amount of time down here has probably been, like, 10 or so minutes or something.
Cool. Cool.
Well, his form lasts for 11 minutes.
Is there that? Well, then we had to
that
11
include the
minutes.
entire time, so he's only been a Trox, a small portion of it. He's a big old
Mhm.
insect monster for a while longer.
That's
Yeah.
based.
It's kind of
He's
an
so
improvement,
beautiful.
honestly.
So we're out in a jungle.
Yes.
Is there a trail? I guess we have to find a trail if there's one.
You'd have to find a trail if there
I
is
would
one.
like to look for a trail. If someone wants to like do that with me, or if someone wants me to help them look.
I
Is
can
this
help
survival?
perceive, or are you doing survival?
Well, I assume we have to perceive to find the trail first.
It's to find a trail. It's just survival.
Oh, it's just survival.
Yes.
So I have a.
I got that.
I have a 16 survival.
I got nothing on that one, so
I can aid you.
Okay. I'll roll mine first. Then.
Take your +2.
Let me put that +2. Anyone else helping?
Can I? I mean, I think Justice
Technically,
wanted
if
to
you, it's a DC 10.
The
I
DC
can't.
10.
Alright, zero.
I only got a good wizard.
I'm just making sure before I press the button, and there's another bonus being added. Good? Okay, I'm gonna push
Yeah.
the button. 24, that's not great.
Is that
But
with the +2?
decent.
That does have the +2 in yes.
you definitely can see signs that someone has been in the area. Jungle, it's pretty hard to track it, honestly. But you're not able to pick up the exact trail. You can pick up that it seems as though the movement was heading kind of back parallel to the direction you came. It's like you can kind of start following it, but it kind of gets into the jungle then, and it becomes a little harder to follow.
Cool. Okay. I guess we'll follow as far as we can.
You
Yeah.
could also call on your expert tracker who might be nearby if you want to try him.
Like 100 feet
Oh.
in the other direction.
He is 100 feet in the other direction.
Okay,
He's not much better than you, honestly. He just rolled really well, so never mind. Actually, I just looked. Actually.
Let's see. I don't really see how we can get in communication with them without.
There's no real way of communicating with them, and
Yeah.
the trail is one cold, so I think. Like,
Yeah, so, the trail heads south, back towards the way you came. You're able to follow it for a little while before you honestly kind of lose it in the jungle. The jungle is pretty overgrown in this area. This definitely looks like an area that was less frequented by the Cyclops, and not a lot of wildlife. You know, this is like in between areas. Probably might have even been close enough to the very haunted fortress to, like, you know, keep things away from it for a number of years.
Alright, we've completely lost the trail.
Yep.
We have papers of them, so if anyone has a scrying spell, that is something we could do. I'm mostly talking about Jacub. I think
Okay, I can't have every
is in his
spell that
domain.
you want me to have.
Well, I'm asking if you have it.
Both of you, calm down.
God. You know,
Anything I can do to pick a trail back up? I don't know, sir. I don't know the survival.
Yes, give me a
mechanics of
moment
Pathfinder.
for survival to give you the full.
Now, if we actually could communicate with other guy, wasn't he able to turn into something that was able to
Yeah, he
use
can turn
scent?
into a doggo who can smell.
He
Yeah.
probably has at least one more wild ship if you wanted to try to communicate with him.
But he's too far away for us to reasonably get to.
Yeah, you're a bit far away right now.
yeah, especially because navigating through the jungle to get back to where it was will be difficult at speed. If he doesn't leave today, we can get Sandra to prepare scrying
He's
tomorrow.
gonna be gone. He's gonna be gone by
Yeah. I'm throwing out options, okay?
then.
We could run to the ship and try to circle the island quickly to see what his getaway vessel.
Wait, don't we have the little like lens to see things that can cast scrying?
It's gonna be with the ship.
Oh.
It has clairvoyance.
You can
I
scry something you're looking at, basically.
try perception to get the trail back. See if I can spot more tracks here.
I think you
I
can
could
take like
assist
10
with
minutes, right? 10 minutes to search, but I think finding tracks is survival.
It says here you can alternatively use perception to find footprints or similar signs of a creature.
Yeah, if you want to try a perception that sees signs.
I
of
can
it.
assist with that
Based.
because
My-
I get plus 18. So
My perception is 17.
do you want to help me then?
I'll assist you. Maybe. I just wanted to roll because it's fun.
Does anyone else want to assist?
Okay. So certainly you can pick up that you still have signs.
Well, wait. No, he wasn't.
I'm rolling for the help.
Oh, you're using
Yeah.
help. Okay.
Yeah,
I was
can
asking if
help as
anyone
well, right?
else wanted to do it.
Any number of people can help with perception.
Chester, do you have an enhancement
your
bonus
plus.
to your
Yeah,
wisdom?
+4 currently.
No.
I will cast Owl's Wisdom on you. That's how I'm gonna help.
Okay.
Okay. What does that give me?
Plus
you
two.
get plus,
4.
plus for the per wisdom, so +2 to all wisdoms.
Yeah. So yeah.
Okay.
an extra
I'll
plus
put it in temp and
Yeah, just put it in
it'll.
temp.
Okay. Sweet. So perception, and there will be a +2 on top of this. 24. Not as good as actually what Myste
You
rolled.
rolled a
That's
2. Oh.
usually how it goes.
Yeah,
Oh,
I rolled
God.
a 2.
The help
Um,
usually ends up being better.
So certainly, like, the good news is, you can still see signs along this way. Like, the trail seems very hard to follow, but you still can see signs. So like, you, like, kind of, like, look around as if you, like, lost, the trail. You think you can at least point out enough to maybe help Myste pick the trail back up again. So if Myste, you want to try to make another survival check?
Okay, I can attempt such a thing.
I will give you... You can have the +2 from Chester's perception check counting as it.
Okay.
As the assist bonus, because Chester...
Anything else before I press this button?
Anybody else want to help, try to help you?
Yeah, it's a DC 10.
There is a chance to succeed. I succeeded.
I'll try to help. Why not?
Sure. Okay,
Okay.
up to that. Okay. It's 31.
Oh, yeah, that's much better. Now, you are able to once again pick up the trail and kind of follow it. It's not an easy trail to follow, and certainly trailing something, it's time-consuming. It takes a little while. So certainly the eel, you can sense the eel's getting a lead on you at this point in time. But the good news is, trailing it back and taking the time to do so leads you back to right across the river, out of the jungle, looking towards port.
Potentially.
So, has it
There's a ship leaving, isn't there?
Harrigan's?
Yeah.
Harrigan's, if you look, has already left.
Okay, he's already left.
Yes.
Unlikely that he's gotten on there.
What about that lady? That lady.
No, she could be on Harrigan's ship.
I will tell you, like, the
How
trail,
old is
the
the
trail
trail, I
here
guess?
is fresh. You can tell.
Okay,
It's just
so
it's just difficult terrain to track it in. Is kind of what I was
Harrigan left like 45 an hour ago, right?
probably at this point in time, like 2 or 3 hours ago, if you want to check.
Okay, cool.
You're like
So,
you're like deep into the middle of the night at this point in time. You know.
Cool. Then we go back to the docks.
Yeah. You can
Is there-
confirm. Yeah, Harrigan left like 10 minutes after you left. He
Cool.
picked up.
Perfect.
You know, so certainly the evidence screams that you are not like the evidence screams the person basically set some bombs, went through the jungle. You were probably behind the person by a good amount of time. Got to their lair. They were clearing out stuff and heading back. The amount of time that's gone by with how long it took you to do both these things certainly should be more than enough that Harrigan would have been long left. So
Cool. Sounds good. And none of the other ships have left yet, and
no,
correct?
they wouldn't
Okay.
leave at least until tomorrow morning, with all the drinking and stuff and things like that. And probably
That means there is a halfling somewhere among us.
Sus.
Oh no. This got real sus.
You're welcome. I'll be here
shit.
all week.
Awful.
I had
Problem
to. I'm
is,
sorry.
We don't know everyone in everyone's crew.
Yeah, I don't know if we can demand every single halfling to come out in a line. I feel like
I mean, you
Yeah.
could. Will it go over well? I don't know.
Yeah.
I think we would need to
I
talk
feel
to
like
the
there's some
captains of the ships
profiling
that are-
lawsuits that are going to get filed.
Well, no,
Yeah.
I think we would need to talk to the captains of the ships that are here, alert them of what's going on, and see if they can go through their crew and see if there's anyone they don't know.
we should speak to Tessa and maybe the captain of the Gales first before bringing this up with everyone else, because we can trust Tessa for the most part to help us out here.
Captain Gale's pretty neutral.
Yeah, which he'll mostly be chill, you know. But I think we gotta at least see what her opinion is on how we should handle finding a halfling who's not meant to be here.
Okay, so you're gonna go find Tessa. She's asleep in the quarters you gave her.
Yeah, because it's the middle of the night still.
It is probably like honestly by now, because it was probably late. The party was like in the afternoon into the evening, kind of went late. You know, you had like a day of showing stuff off. Honestly, it's probably like around like 2 or 3 in the morning at this point in time.
We probably gotta go to bed. Otherwise
No.
we're gonna fucking exhausted.
Yeah, but we also can't. If we
We
go
will-
to
if we
bed,
sleep, we will
if he's
lose
not
this guy.
trying to get off on one of the ships and has another way out,
Well, we should look for an alternative way out because no one will leave till we do a morning like a goodbye ceremony, right?
Probably. You probably want to give everybody a goodbye.
Harrigan.
So no, well, Harrigan is Harrigan.
There could be other groups that might, more like neutral groups that might just leave. Certainly, like
okay.
Plug and Scourge and their crew would probably just leave if they weren't. They probably wouldn't say anything to you if they were going to leave.
If we sleep, we lose this guy.
Yeah.
Well, how do we find him? Is the question. How do we find a halfling that's probably hiding in the crew of our guest?
I think
I
the
can
first
disguise myself as like a crew on anyone's ship. I can go on all the ships.
right. I think a better idea might be we need to get our druid back who can do scent. We have papers that he had,
Okay.
and
let's
then
get-
he could try to sniff him out.
I could have gone and got them while you were going back.
Yeah. Well, we can regroup with Harsk and.
He can turn into a doggy with sense ability.
Dog.
It will. If it will be time consuming then to get Harris back, I will tell you. So, what are you doing in the meantime?
In the meantime, I can literally disguise sailors, and I can just smooth talk my way through the ships one by one to see if I can find any halflings that match the description of the eel.
Okay.
Unless anyone has a better idea for what I could do.
We can always have the Captain Yaalkol challenge someone named by the name of the Eel to an arm wrestling contest and call his honor out.
If I
Yeah,
could
guys,
find
no
him,
worries.
I could just challenge him to a duel. But
I don't think that is gonna work. I don't think he's gonna take any challenge unless he's compelled to.
yeah,
Yeah.
I would have to see him. I would have to see him, and he would have to be in 30 feet of me for me to call him out.
So, I'm gonna just start peeking through some ships looking for halflings.
Okay.
This is horrible. You know, I was initially on board of killing, doing a halfling, but now I feel bad about it.
If need be,
That's no problem.
what's your perception anyway?
My perception isn't great, but it's about the social charisma of identifying someone.
Well, no, I was gonna say I could loan you my
I have a +8.
Okay, I could loan you my eye of, or no, that's where is it?
Your eyes at the eagle?
Yeah, the eyes of the eagle.
Yeah, that's a +4 bonus?
+5 competence bonus on perception checks.
Cool. Yeah, let's go for it. All right, I put on.
I'll take my contacts out and let you use them.
This is horribly disgusting, but my character doesn't give a fuck. So
They
yeah,
are
put the
basically
contact.
contact lenses, yes.
Sanitation doesn't exist yet. It's fine.
Yeah, no, this is fine, and I then disguise myself to look like a normal sailor.
Uh-huh.
And I will start. I'll hop on a ship.
What ship
Act
do you
like
want
it
to go?
belongs.
Okay, you're just going to go to every ship and kind of like mill about for a while?
Yeah, I'm gonna change the disguise up. when I go on each ship, so you know, look at the
All
same
right,
person hopping on the ship.
just give me a flat. I guess we'll do perception and a diplomacy to, like, you know, ask around or something.
Yeah, this is a very fair thing to ask of me. I rolled a 6
Okay.
and a 19.
So I'll tell you. Certainly you can find out. I guess the important question is, like, you're looking for a halfling, but
Yeah,
obviously,
and I'll ask about it.
Obviously, you're looking for a halfling that's probably not normally in the crew is the problem.
Yeah.
Which you'll be able to identify. There's a number of halflings in amongst all the crews. None of them are new. None of them they picked up in this port for sure.
Okay.
They're all accounted for as far as you can tell. Whether or not there's another one that someone's not noticing or something you're not noticing, like someone that's, like, you know, managing to go under the radar, so to say, that could be true, but you haven't noticed anybody like that. There are a lot of ships, a lot of big ships.
Yeah, it's really hard to find people on.
But, you know, just chatting up the general crew and, you know, like, just being like, you know, like, kind of like going up to people like, hey, I'm looking for a halfling, crew member. I need to talk to them. You know, just like being like that simple, you know, something like that. And it was like, which one you talk to? I'm not sure, sorry. Bad with names, you know, something like that, you know, you could be like, and certainly you could find some people, and you got a pretty good diplomacy, so you can very easily, like, kind of muster it out. And yeah, again, unfortunately, no one screams outside the purview of what you're looking for. At least right now.
While he's doing that, I'm going to put on my artificial gills.
Okay.
And I'm going to search under the boats.
Okay.
See if maybe he has some way to breathe underwater. If he might be
I can
just...
suggest to you guys. There's a lady who saw what he looks like. You have her thing.
Girl? That's gonna take a while to get to, but they can do that.
I don't know. I never met her.
Yeah.
Jacub can go. It's like a 4-mile walk-ish. Oh no, she left, right? I don't. Oh, she might be chilling there.
We brought her to the fortress.
You captured her.
Yeah, we
She's
brought
tied
her
up.
with us. She should be here.
She's in the fortress.
Oh, did we bring her with us? I thought
Yeah.
we left
Yeah.
her.
No, we brought her with.
And brought her with.
Yeah.
She's in the
Cool.
fortress.
Yeah, I will give the shawl to, I guess, Jacub and Yaalkol to go handle that. You know,
If someone else wants to go under the boats with my artificial gills and look, and I'll do it. But
Yeah,
I
don't
haven't
worry,
met
Your
her.
PR team will handle this.
Okay.
Team Yaalkol and Jacub will
can handle it.
handle this.
it'll just be, it'll be
All right,
funny.
so you can certainly find her. The unfortunate thing is because you're fixing up a place. There wasn't any real jail per se in the Chilaxian fortress. You know, probably in the original ruins of town that got wrecked, they probably may have had something too. But the fortress itself, they probably maybe even have converted one of these rooms to something that would have been held person. You didn't really have a place to hold someone, so like they found a place to kind of keep her.
Like a room.
Yeah, like a room.
Lock her in.
Kind of locked her in. Had someone stationed outside. Kind of called it a day. So, Jacub, you and Yaalkol can certainly kind of, like, come up to the door and, like, Captain! The prisoner is still inside. Haven't heard a peep from her.
Alright, well, I think we talked to her.
All right. Careful, then. She's a wily seductress. She took down her clothes, trying to win me over.
I see you fared pretty well against her charm. I'm proud of you.
He's naturally naked.
He doesn't know.
Wear clothing.
This guy doesn't know that.
She never had clothes in the first place.
He doesn't know that. He's just been assigned here.
Okay, well,
It would have worked to my wilds if she's the kind of person I'd be interested in.
All I gotta say is that
so I'm gonna be honest here. you went one step too far telling me stuff. Like, if you just told me the first part, that was already kind of weird, but then you told me the next part, I really didn't want to know that. So in future, I just kind of want to set the boundary here, where you don't tell me how you're feeling, like, when and when not you're getting off, all right? That's just kind of going to be our boundary.
I mean, Captain, if anything, this goes to show you how great of a crew you have. He was able to resist
no,
her
I would
more
like to have a
wild.
less
Hey,
great
Cap,
crew.
no,
if this is
sorry,
the
sorry,
result.
Captain. That's not what I meant. I meant fine Officer Jacub here is much more my style.
Oh my.
Sup,
Okay.
baby? I give him a wink back. You gotta get taste.
I say, okay, that wasn't really what was the concern, but you know what? As long as it's kept professional, I'm fine with it. Let's go inside.
As you walk inside, I'm like, I can see why the HR box has been a huge thing around here.
I don't understand. They keep telling me when I
You're
pay
horny,
for like
yo.
these classes that people are gonna learn. I don't understand what's going on, but generally people understand better than me, so I figure it's kind of working. But it seems like it doesn't get better; it gets worse. Am I just telling them how to be better at sexually harassing people?
Did you ever use the words like "don't do these things" or just pointing out things people do?
I don't know what to tell people to do. I just don't do them. Like, I don't know how to teach people to not do that. Like, I just kind of do it naturally. You people are all weird with, like, your feeling and you're touching each other. It's... The only time you should be touching someone else is when you're murdering them.
I don't know, Captain. I don't know if that's who else said, "Hey, Safina." But speaking of murder,
Hello.
hey,
Can I be untied now?
I guess I have a couple of questions for you, and Captain Yaalkol here will be your interviewer today. Don't mind me; I'm going to be recording today. We did manage to bring back your shawl, however.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you. Oh, I'm so sorry, but that I guess you understand that that's part of our life. It's like if it's destroyed, we wither away and die. So it's like someone holding a knife to your throat and forcing you to do something. Except they don't have to be present to hold that knife.
Yeah, that sucks. So I need to know a little bit more about this guy. So we're trying to figure out like what he looks like, or
What he
like
looks like is the most important thing because we don't know what he looks like.
Yeah, I was hoping you might be able to tell us a little bit more about what this guy looked like. Any details that you can give us would be helpful.
I can try my best.
Yeah, if you could do that, that'd be pretty cool.
I'm fairly certain the armor he wore was made of, I actually think, eel skin.
Is that what they call him, the eel? That's amazing.
Maybe. I don't know.
Okay.
Alright, do you recall, like, anything else? Like, what he smelled like? Maybe what kind of,
I don't really smell people.
Anything about his face that looked different? Did he have a scar?
He did have a
see
scar
a
across
finger.
his lips.
Scar across his lips. All
Yeah.
right.
No hair on his face. I know some of you
Hair on
people
the
get that.
face?
Let's see
Yeah.
here.
I don't get it.
He didn't wear any
Flesh skin.
shoes, which I thought was very nice.
No shoes. Okay.
You thought was very nice?
Well, you know.
More her style, I guess.
I guess, yeah.
I gesture at her. Her naked form.
Yeah.
Her naked.
Not here to judge.
Yaalkol, by the way, is pointedly like not looking at her. He's like staring at the wall while he's talking to her.
Captain, it's okay to look at someone when you talk to them. She has a shawl now. It's fine. Thank you for this.
She's dressed, yeah.
She's dressed in ropes.
She's got like a little shawl on her. That's I'll be a
The
little
shawl
more-
is like translucent. It is not covering.
not
anything.
covering.
No.
No.
Okay, well.
absolutely not.
Yeah.
she's, I guess, technically clothed. Anyways, yeah. So scar on the lip, no facial hair, and you said he's wearing eelskin armor. Do you remember what color the armor was?
I think it was kind of like but silvery almost.
Silvery. All right.
Yeah.
Anything else you can think of? No shoes. No shoes is another thing.
Let me just check something about Nerid's character sheet, because she has normal just Nerid stats, just to see if there's something she would know. Let's look up Nerid. I never spell it correctly. That's fine. What are your knowledges?
Hard word. So.
What are my knowledges?
No, her knowledges. That's what I'm looking
Okay.
at.
I was about to say.
Nature.
Pass?
I'm gonna roll just a D20 here. Let's just click on this thing that's a D20 and click on it, and that's a 9. Okay.
Not a great one.
Not a great roll.
Not terrible.
Okay. You know, he was using some kind of magic, but it wasn't like what you do, Jacub, with same thing with moving hands. He liked using a lot of like little bottles and stuff.
Oh, again. So he would make a lot of potions and he was an alchemist.
Sure. I don't know what that is.
Now, someone who puts chemicals together. And I kind of start trailing off a little bit of like I'm explaining what alchemy is kind of.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Jacub, don't do that.
She made her 10 Arcana check to be like, that's not a normal spellcaster with his abilities.
Okay. So, that's everything I can think of. Jacub, anything else?
Well, I guess I wanted to ask. So he was the alchemist. What does his voice sound like?
Oh. Well, a little more higher pitched than yours. A little kind of almost squeaky, but there was kind of a gruffness about it too.
Squeaky.
The gruff. All right.
Okay. One last thing. At any point, did they mention an escape route or a method that they got on the island?
Huh. I don't know, but he came to me about a week ago. So he's been on the island for a while.
Ah, okay.
That's when he stole my shawl. He's been keeping me under his control that entire time. He was asking some questions about all of you and what I knew. And I've been, learned a few things about you, but not a lot. I don't think I had many of the answers he needed.
Thanks. Wait, it's okay. So aside from... So he asked questions.
The only thing I can remember around the time
he
he showed up, it was around the time that all of you got back when you'd gone sailing out.
About a week ago. Okay. Okay. One final question though.
Yes?
What kind of questions did he? I know he was most likely looking about information about us, but is there anything specific beside names or attributes?
He wanted to know if I knew anything about your party, which I didn't know you were having a party. You should have invited me. Well, I guess it wouldn't have been good to invite me with being under, the thumb of a evil tiny man.
Yeah, but we couldn't have known that before. You probably would have been awesome at the party.
Well, thank you. I haven't been to a party a party at a place like this. Everybody else that just lives here just either doesn't have a party or they just, wouldn't invite me.
Well, how about this? Next time we throw a party, you can come.
Yay! But yes, he wanted to know about the party, and, of course, what I would know all about you, and what I knew about your fortress. I was able to tell him a few things about the docks, since I gave you some suggestions when you were building that. Since I think he wanted to know things like positionings where ships would come in and things like that. I don't know for sure, though. His questions led in directions I didn't quite understand, because I couldn't really answer him. Again, I don't think I had all the information he really wanted.
Well, I appreciate you telling us. I think we have a better idea of what this guy was up to, and
there was one thing. He had a funny thing around his neck, like a little amulet. Had a strange pattern to it.
Interesting.
Could you draw the pattern and I give her my pen?
Sure, she'll draw the pattern for you. Roll me knowledge religion. There will be a penalty because she's not a great drawer.
I'm gonna spend. No, I think I might have a spell for it. It says, when casting this spell, select one skill for which you can attempt a skill check. The next time you attempt a skill check using this selected skill, you may get an insight bonus to the check equal to 1/2 your cast level.
Okay.
It's called True Skill. I'm gonna cast that and then do knowledge religion. If that's okay.
Sure.
So I round down, right? So 5.
Yes, you would round down, so you'd get 5. Okay. That's still a pretty good check. The thing is, the general description of it sounds like would be like the holy symbol of Norgriber. But the problem is there seems to be something wrong with it.
Oh. Like, how wrong? When you say wrong?
Like the description in the picture looks as though almost as though something has been carved into the symbol.
Oh.
On top of the symbol. But it's hard to tell what that means.
I'm gonna go and say, hey, Captain, I believe that this is a desecrated symbol. Let's go ask either. I think Revia is more religious than I am, or
yeah, Revia does God stuff, so Revia might know that.
Okay.
I think Myste does God stuff too.
That's silly, but yeah. I mean, it's coming in handy, and we should go ask that. In the meantime, we should probably keep Safina here. No offense to you, Safina, but the less people that know that you were involved in some sort of craziness, the safer we can keep you to sort of this thing out.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess
Do
that's fine.
do you mind just hanging out here for a little while longer until we deal with this guy?
I guess since you brought back my shawl and you gave it back to me without asking for anything, yes. Thank you again.
Yeah, no worries. Come on, Jacub.
Okay.
After we walk out,
Yeah.
just what I say, I still don't get the whole shawl thing. How do you use it to control someone? They wave it in a certain way that makes her do stuff.
No, so they're being held hostage. Essentially, think about it as if they held your most favorite person hostage or thing, and so if you didn't do what they wanted to, they would destroy it. But in this case, by destroying it, it would also kill you.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's not fun.
I guess I would just kill them with my hammer if they did something like that to me.
Yeah, but they could probably kill you first.
Yeah, maybe. I've died before. It's not too bad.
So we're just gonna go.
All right. You can head down to the docks. Why don't we take our break now, and everybody will meet back up to review what you found out after the meeting with your Nerid friend. So.
Did you want me to make any perception rolls under the water?
Yes.
Or is that gonna be...
Sorry, I did want you to do that. Go ahead.
I just figured to get that out of the way before break.
I forgot that you hadn't rolled that, honestly.
Yep. You hadn't asked me for it yet,
Yes.
so I hadn't.
I forgot I didn't do
Not
that.
as good as it usually is, but let's see if I can see anything.
Sure. You won't notice anything that seems obvious about, like, somebody hiding around there. Fortunately, there's not a lot of easy places to hide on the bottom of a ship, so you're pretty confident, unless they're using something like a invisibility, which there are things like a ring of invisibility might get you, but those are expensive and really hard to get, and honestly, you know...
They're like legendary, right?
Well, less legendary than they are in 5th edition, but they're still, like, honestly, like 70,000 or something. They're expensive. Not cheap to have. Anyway, they might be cheaper than that. Anyway. But snack, drink, bathroom break, and we'll be back in a little bit. Well, I'm hitting these back buttons, so we're going back to it. Alright, so everybody reassembles at the dock. Now you have a Harsk and a land list there that have been retrieved. The boats have been searched, both inside with talking to some crew, and on the outsides, searching around to see if there's somebody hidden. And there was some information gained from a nice Fey lady who's very grateful to have her shawl back.
Alright.
He's like a nice person.
Well, he can track. He and I can track.
This.
I can try.
Well,
but,
well, for my information, none of the crews have picked up a halfling on the way here.
That's good information. That means he's been on the island.
Likely, yes.
Anything else that was gained?
Yeah, cool, Jacub.
Well, so it seems that the man has a scar over his eye.
mouth.
Has a
Lip.
mouth. There it is. Oh, sorry.
No facial hair. He's got.
It would be
Some
on
weird necklace.
this side, too, of his face, so it's his left side of his face was the cut. Described.
He's got some weird necklace that it's like some religious thingy that Jacub, you tell Revia about that. She'd probably know. He also was wearing eelskin armor, supposed to be silvery. Did I miss anything?
His voice was kind of high pitched but gruff at the same time. So higher pitched than mine, I guess. He was an alchemist of some sort. Oh, here, and I'll show the rough sketching of what the symbol looked like to Revia and Myste and Chester, if you guys want to look.
I have no religion, so.
I include you in things, Chester.
I guess I'll roll.
Sure, roll religion.
I don't think I can get higher than what Jacub got.
Yeah.
33.
All right.
One.
So yeah, certainly Revia. Yeah, it looks a lot like a holy symbol of Norbugerber, but it seems kind of weird. Yeah, Misty, there's something about this. Like Jacub, both you and Jacub kind of picked up that there's carvings on the symbol. It looks like that are definitely. It's not like denigrating.
Mm-hmm.
It's like something's been put over top of it, which is very unusual.
With my experience of, and this is a long shot because I don't know these now.
Mm-hmm.
This is a long shot. With my knowledge and my intimate knowledge of Shellix,
Mm-hmm.
having previously been a more lawful evil type person, does this seem like an unholy symbol, or a symbol to something more like to a more evil god in mechanics terms?
Norbugerber is a technically evil god,
Mhm.
but is more of a god of like secrets and information and like trickery.
Are those the halfling people?
Those are the halfling people.
Okay. We did
But-
invite them. They said no.
They did
you
say
guys
no.
piss off the half.
But Norbugerber, a lot of halflings do serve Norbugerber, so that's another thing. Like more evil-leaning halflings tend to be one of their main groups. So it's not unusual if he is a worshipper. But I'll tell you, you recognize that most likely whatever's carved over top of it doesn't seem to be particularly like another symbol. That's something
Okay.
you can tell. It seems to be something maybe personal carved over top of it. Like it's carved. It seems you can tell it's been carved deliberately.
Mm-hmm.
Like he wears the holy symbol, but like honestly, it doesn't look like it's an actual holy symbol. The description of like traditionally a holy symbol, like even when you wear, traditionally has a certain shape to it. This looks just to be like a circular amulet with the symbol on it, and like the carvings in the symbol like over top of it for some reason.
Well, you'll kind of see this kind of working through Misty's head. This isn't a symbol of any god I know. Seems more like a personal effect than anything else.
Personal.
As to what purpose, I do not know.
I'm trying to struggle to see if, for some reason,
It would
if
be
we can figure
connected
out-
to Nordberger, like
Yeah,
but
it
it might be
is-
more like.
Personal worship item.
Yeah, it'd be more like maybe they originally worshipped Nordberger, but instead like switched to a more personal worship of similar concepts to Nordberger.
Yeah,
possibly.
because it's something I similarly done in the past before I completely found the new faith.
Well, that means he's probably good at hiding.
Yes.
Or at least have secrets. Yeah.
I mean, him being a halfling can't really tell us that he's pretty good at hiding. They're very
That's
little.
racist.
No, good
he's
point, Yaalkol.
He's got
No,
the
they're,
point.
they're little.
They are smaller, so they can fit into smaller places to hide.
Yeah, like I have a hard time hiding because I'm big.
Yeah. Well,
Most
yes,
of-
other reasons, but yes.
Most of the people that work with us, that we've hired here are humans, I believe.
Yes. Most are humans. There are probably a couple others of like some other races. Honestly, you probably have a couple of halflings, but probably not a huge number of them. You know, not enough that you'd be able to be like, and honestly, like enough that you'd probably be able to generally recognize them, kind of thing. In amongst your own crew.
Yeah, we have obviously like Rosie.
Yeah.
She's on the other ship.
Yeah,
now,
you might
right?
have like 2 or 3 other halflings in amongst like the people hired here, your ship, that and Rosie's ship too. But it's honestly like you might not know them, but sort of like because they stand out, you might recognize them. You know.
I can keep an eye out for this symbol. Though he may not be wearing it, I tend not to keep mine displayed.
I look down at my hands, who clearly displayed the unholy and holy symbol of Besmara.
Well, I carry 7.
You know, it's just my way of showing.
Well, I wonder, do we have any people that are good at drawing? Maybe we can get them to like put up a poster.
I don't think we should leave any potential to alert this man.
We also don't have like the time
Right.
requisite for that to be any use.
Yeah, we kind of need to find this person as soon as possible. Hence why I think we need to get a tracking and hope that
I can
they
try,
can
but
sniff something out.
like the scent I picked up earlier, it was a fine scent. I was able to track it back. I managed to pick up a trail. I think it's because I smelled the rat material on him. The unfortunate thing, a lot of general chemicals used in alchemy is used in a lot of other things. So if I'm just trying to detect the chemicals, that might be a little harder. The paper I can
We
try.
have these papers that he has handled. Hopefully,
It might be something I can try.
Yes,
He
it's
might
worth
be-
a shot.
She might be a kitchen worker, right? That sounds pretty. There's a good chance of it, no?
Or it
Potentially.
was at one point, yeah.
I mean, we could show the
Ambrose
sketch
works
to
with,
Ambrose.
yeah, he works with most kitchen stuff.
See if
Yeah.
he recognizes.
Yeah, he would know.
If
Okay,
he's-
what do you want to
if
ask
he's-
Ambrose? We're just gonna say here. What are you asking?
The amulet, I guess, give the description of the halfling and any
I will tell you.
halfling workers.
No one worked in the kitchen was a halfling. He never saw a halfling in the area.
Okay.
The most is there are a couple halflings in the area. but in the town proper, as I said, that work for you, the most is like halflings I saw were usually in the dining hall. If I saw any, none came in the kitchen.
Do we know he's an alchemist? Is that pretty confirmed, or not?
That's up to.
I think we're pretty much assuming that because all the stuff he's done, like setting traps and.
Do we think he's a magical alchemist? The question.
Well, the bombs were magical.
Yes.
And
True.
he created those.
We've dealt with one of these before. Remember? In the shop.
Well, I just imagine alchemists might have magic that lets, like alter self potions.
The woman was able to make herself invisible and able to do various things to herself to alter form.
Oh, the witch! Yeah.
Well, an alchemist, not a witch.
She was literally an alchemist, yes. So it's likely that he wasn't a halfling when he
Well, it's quite
did the
difficult,
axe.
I imagine, to become taller with such
I-
things.
Is alter self on my spell list? I don't think so.
Alter self is the same size category.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Enlarge person, alter self.
That would be the combo you'd have to do, technically, yeah.
Yes, it's possible.
Which,
but
I mean, if you're trying to do this, right? Or he went invisible. Which is
or he
also
went
an option.
invisible. Those are all.
Which is the most simple solution is
Yeah.
he's gone invisible.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's a
so-
simpler solution, honestly.
But he was coming
Yeah.
to the track we found was leading to the fort.
Yeah.
Led to the docks area.
As a note,
You tracked him to the docks area.
Yeah, as a note, I have my scene visibility up again.
Okay.
Should
Yeah.
It'll last me an hour, 10 minutes.
Okay. Let's
I'm gonna
have
tell you, you did
Harsk-
lose track of him when you got to the docks area because that
Yeah.
changed the terrain.
Let's have Harsk, I guess, start
Alright,
sniffing around.
I will-
sniff the papers around the docks.
I'm gonna roll
That's
this.
likely.
Karsk and I will do
Survival
that,
check.
yeah.
I'm gonna see what he rolls. Let's take a click here.
What's bad?
That was a bad
That's-
roll.
+4. No.
Unfortunately, he rolled a 2.
Oh. Any bonuses for the scent trait?
No.
Percent just means you can track it further.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just asking,
Yeah. I'm just gonna say, unfortunately, the scent of the person wasn't too much on the papers.
Yeah.
He'll try to track it. He'll kind of smell around, and then the other thing is he's like, the alchemical smells. Yeah. I'm smelling some of them around, but unfortunately, some of that stuff gets used in this area for some of the crafting of things.
Worth a shot.
Sorry, scent's just not strong enough on there.
We could try one of the bombs, but that will have the same problem.
I don't think the man uses anything like any kind of perfumes or anything. That would have been what would be helpful there in that case.
It was worth a shot at the very least.
Yes, it was worth
Aye.
a try.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see him underneath the boats. In case he was able to breathe underwater.
Figure out what all this stuff on these papers mean?
Oh, no, I actually never looked at those papers.
Well, we did skim them.
You did skip it.
They were skimmed, yeah.
Okay.
There was a lot of details and shit, right?
Yeah. If you want to take a little bit of time and look through them, I will tell you, yes, it details a lot of information. It gives some basic information about all of you. Not a lot of details, honestly. It wouldn't be the kind of... You can pick up that this is usually not the kind of thing that you would be able to get... This is not information you get from asking someone. This is information you get from observing someone. It gives things like a lot of like your movements, where you stay, things like that. Where you tend, actions that you tend to do. It also gives details then of the fort's guard rotation, who kind of goes in and out of the place a lot of times. Timings that make of like kind of things like that when it would be easy to do things like, I don't know, slip into a kitchen or various places. Listing about
Plant some bombs.
that's also listed as like the ships and locations where bombs would be very useful to put them. And you do notice that they're not places that are meant to destroy the ship. They're meant to do damage to the ships.
He's most likely attempting to tarnish the reputation of the good captain.
The only thing that just seems unusual is, again, like, on the back of that last paper, because you can see that the papers do seem to have, like, an order to them of these notes. You know, it looks like they were kind of flushed down to the ground. You kind of pick them up and you could kind of look through them and kind of order them out with the writing. And the one where it's the ships getting blown up looks to be the last, except on the back is then, again, the list of the same 3 ships with the crew complement, and each of them with a number of names. One of them has 3 names, one of them has 4 names, the other has 2 names on those ships that seem to be related to those ships. And it is, of course, the 3 ships of the Pirate Lords.
Which one has 2 names?
The Blood Moon has 2 names, the Wave Crest has the 4, and the Come What May has the 3.
Names look like they have any meaning, or just generic people names?
Roll local.
Just as a secondary
I
question.
can assist with someone wrong.
I was on those ships earlier tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Did any of these names come up?
No. And, though, Myste, you recognize them. These are officers aboard those ships.
Is it more like a hit list?
No. And you think about it for a
Maybe.
minute.
Bribing?
No. They're people that there's something... I'll give you this. They're probably people that would be very... If you're trying to be stealthy or avoid detection, avoid these people. They are listing the ship's mages and people that have a lot of... that you would recognize for a lot of tracking or detection skills.
Okay.
So he's gonna try to get on board one of those ships to leave.
He may.
Which,
So-
that I would choose the one that only had 2 people to worry about.
Right.
That does sound logical. And
Well,
if I was going to be doing something like that, the ship that would probably be the least friendly to us would be the one to choose.
instead of being less likely to let us on board to check. Makes sense. Well, I mean,
I guess any of them could have been successful if he was more successful. But only the Blood Moon burned.
Yes.
But that also could be a easy target. Who knows?
They just wanted to make sure to get the Blood Moon because they thought maybe that would damage our reputation the most.
I mean, isn't the captain of it a little bit more hot-headed than the rest of them?
Yes, he is very hot-headed and very quick to anger.
Is he the most important of the 3?
From previous knowledge of Myste, I would say no. He is not.
But he's essentially the one that could turn us the biggest.
yeah, he's the one quicker to like try to fight us over this, huh?
He did try to fight you already.
Yeah, but that was over booze.
Well, it's over a woman, to be more accurate.
He was also drugged.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
He was also drugged. This is correct.
Which he wanted.
He was targeted by the drugs.
Yeah, he wanted him to be drugged.
So I think logically he may be on that ship, or we'll use it to escape.
Okay. Well, I can get back on that ship pretty easily. Do we have any way of locating the individual? If I can, well, if I get on the ship.
That's a good question.
Myste has the invisibility.
Yeah, but he's probably he can't be
Revia,
permanently
Revia,
invisible.
you've been on board that ship. Give me a perception check. I'll give you something.
Yeah, I assume this is without the contacts already, since you probably have those back.
Yeah.
From you yet.
Oh, I assume I've given them back to you when I
Yeah.
got back on.
So,
But if you, I was gonna say if you were gonna go back on that ship, I would have had you borrow them again so you could see better.
but this is
Fair.
not. This is not going back on board the ship.
This is
is-
before I go back.
This like you're talking and you're looking and you're thinking and
Okay.
you're thinking to yourself.
Like, where would you be on that ship, kind of
No.
thing?
No, it's more but what's been going on, especially because you've been on board those ships. Since the fires, all of the ships have been very active.
Oh, so it's really easy to hide on an active ship.
No,
It'd be easy
really
to get
hard.
on.
it's not easy to get on.
Yeah, it'd be really
Yeah,
hard.
it's
to
really
get on.
hard to
Oh, yeah.
to just like I'm sure I just like smooth talk my way onto the ship in a obvious manner
Yeah.
and help out a little bit,
Hmm.
to, like sell that I'm there.
Yeah.
So he's not on the ship right.
That seems to be the most logical, that he probably hasn't boarded one of the ships. If you're thinking about this, especially since you kind of look around, and you did do a very good job of like asking around and stuff on those ships before. Like you kind of like take a look and you're like, even now, late at night, everything is still active. It's like they're having double crews over the night rather than the normal night crew, meaning it would be a lot more difficult. There's a lot, all the lanterns are lit, things like that. Certainly enough invisibility, but or invisibility maybe. You could maybe sneak in, but the thing is, there's been a lot of activities, and this person's used if you're thinking about this correctly, this person's used a lot of spells tonight to set it up.
At least one invisibility to get, probably two to get in and out of the
Yeah.
So
of the kitchen, right?
Yeah. And
let me ask then, in those papers, are there any mention of like those ships' crews, like patterns, like when they board
No.
and stuff like that?
only the complement, basically the numbers you got, and then basically people to keep an eye out for.
Okay. So then he's likely in or around our fort in Docker.
Do we have a warehouse or anything like that?
Sure, probably have a couple.
Be hiding one of those potentially. But
Yeah, but there has to be a way for us to locate this person without like searching every single warehouse head to toe, you know? Which we could do that.
I mean, I don't think it's worth it.
It's just it's probably because we won't be able to find him, right? He has to have come up. He's 100%. Like, he's not dumb, obviously. He's found the spot in our fort or around it to hide in till he can probably get on a ship and leave.
Which I would think would have to be near the ships.
To quickly get on, yeah.
It could be, yeah.
Be able to monitor the area
Mm-hmm.
to know when
He
a
has to
good
keep an
time
eye out.
is.
Do we want to check maybe?
Like under the dock.
Well, I guess we can always ask the ships to like pretend to disembark and leave, and
No,
then see who makes the move.
we can't. We can't really
Shouldn't let them.
tell them.
He's not in the big tower, is he?
I was thinking. I was thinking about that tower.
Is he in the big tower?
You could try looking at the big tower. The big tower is still probably the farthest place in all the fortress away from the docks, though.
It's far away, but
It's good to watch out, though.
yeah, it's a good lookout.
And ships don't leave quickly.
No,
It's true.
ships take a hot minute to leave.
And
Yeah, I
if
think we
they-
should
If they're an alchemist, they could have a potion or something to enhance
get
their
there
speed.
quickly.
Potion of fly.
Or expeditious retreat,
Especially
spider
for
climb, like
many things.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
He could be also in the under tower area, hiding there, which is a place no one would really go, like where the teleportation circle is.
In my lab?
It's not your lab yet.
Oh, it's my lab. My shoes are there.
It'll be your lab soon.
I think Jacob goes down there occasionally, so I'm going to tell you.
Yeah, but hiding from Jacob is not hard.
If we want to check the tower, I could check the tower.
We should check out the tower. I'll stay. If we split, we won't be able to come and join if he's there. So do you want anyone to watch what's happening down here?
Yeah, that'd probably be the best.
Yeah, who can move the fastest? Technically speaking.
Jacob
Well-
has probably the best spells that let him do it.
It was scroll fly.
We do a scroll of fly, but I can't use that.
I could use it. It's not personal, I don't think.
Yeah, no, but how long does fly last? Minutes per level, right?
So, yeah, mid-roll. So yeah, I think it would be best for Jacob to The two fastest people to stay and keep an eye out here. And then,
How far is the tower, I guess, in terms of
how
like...
far is the tower?
It's a little bit of a walk to the fortress. It's not like right next to the docks because it's kind of like getting up into like some hills, a little bit of hill area. So I would say it's like, it's probably like, this map doesn't show it perfectly, but it's like certainly not at the shore. It's probably more like around this area here.
Oh, so it's forever away.
Okay, so this is more where the fort
It's
is.
like a couple of 1,000 feet away. It's still, again, a ship disembarking would take some time, you know, and you've set up like a kind of like a thoroughfare with a bunch of buildings around it, and it kind of has
probably not there then.
the possibility exists. It's not so far away that it couldn't work.
I think we should maybe search the docks first.
Yeah, let's start doing... Let's get some of our crew, I think, to some of our sailors to help us just like do a thorough research of the area.
Okay.
Can't you guys conjure like fantastical beasts?
Yeah, he's that man to sleep currently. I don't want to interrupt him. You don't know what you'll see.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastical beasts and where to find them?
No, that's
No, we don't know where to find. Sorry.
Oh, wait,
No.
are we in... Oh, God. I've heard a lot of things about that
Anyway,
story.
Uh-huh.
yeah, how do we want to search the docks?
I mean, I think we just search every nook and cranny, right?
Yeah, I don't know. Does anybody have a better idea?
I don't know how to search a dock more efficiently. I assume our characters are...
Yeah, I
smart
mean,
enough to
it
figure it
was
out.
just, you know, to be looking in
while
everything.
While you're searching, what I want to do is keep an eye out if I see a halfling leaving the docks.
Okay.
I'll help search since now that I have my eyes back, I have
Okay.
18.
So who's searching? Misty's keeping watch. Anybody else helping the search? We got Revia and Chester now, and maybe some of your crew.
Insert.
I'm gonna channel vigor myself. Give me a +4 on this.
Okay. Jacub, you're cool. What are you two doing?
Well, if they're searching around the dock, I'm just going to be helping searching in whatever way I can.
Okay.
I'm not going to do a very good job of it, but I'm going to try to help.
Okay. So I need a beginning with a perception check from Misty. This will be your overwatch, basically, of the dock area.
That's a 40, baby.
All right. So you got like a view on everything going on in the docks, right? You're
And I
keeping
got
an eye.
scene visibility up.
Yep. Okay. And then the four of you who are joining the search, I will need perception checks. I'm going to roll. Let's give you like 60-20 of random crewmates helping out. All right.
They probably have decent perceptions, right?
Mhm.
They're sailors.
Yeah. All right. Let me check some here.
The
Okay.
26 is still probably the highest.
Mm-hmm.
I only rolled an 8.
Hey, I rolled a 7.
So begin your kind of search. Are you being... I guess you're not being quiet about your search, are you?
There's no way to be quiet about searching the whole dock.
I
If
mean,
we had like a specific area to search, we could do it, but the
Yeah.
dock is pretty large.
the way I
Docks are
look at
big.
it too is, worst case scenario, we flush him out and Misty might see him.
Can
Yeah.
I shoot his ass with a gun?
100%.
Okay.
I think part of it is that if we find him, great. If we don't and he tries to run, also great.
Okay. Revia. You're with a group of people searching one of the warehouses. You will hear a noise coming from somewhere nearby, like something falling down. You don't see any of the people that were in here with you, like over that area. It could be someone you didn't notice that's part of your group that just knocked something over, but you don't.
I giga chat wherever it is. I walk to it.
Okay.
All right. I can walk on walls and as needed.
Yeah, it's easy. You can just kind of move through some boxes and some like piles of lumber and stuff that you've set up in here that you're kind of storing around. As you'll kind of walk around the corner, you will see a halfling with his arms up in front of you. Parlay?
You fucking bastard! I go to fucking. You stay right fucking there. You do not move those hands.
Ah.
I know what spellcasting is.
I will leave if you leave. I want to talk with you in particular.
You're staying right the fuck here.
You want me to parlay with you, then I talk with you. You're one of the ones that seems like you're most reasonable and not, well, your big old smashy hammer friend. Your
Well,
shoot me in the
talk
face
quick.
friend.
To talk quickly, okay?
Shoot
Because
me.
I am a stabby bitch.
I will give up who hired me.
Oh, that's fucking good.
Look, you guys got this place locked down, and I'm no fool. You got on my trail faster than I thought you would. I was hoping that I'd be able to get on board one of those ships, but I'm smart enough to notice that you know that. So I'm willing to surrender and give up all of my information for my safety. Honestly, I might even help you strike back against my former employer who's had me under his thumb for a while now. I'll put that much information for now.
Alright. Well. Shit, that's a good argument. I gotta be honest. Man, why'd I have to be the one to find you?
I told you he had information. He was planning on meeting with you if you separated out this way.
You dirty fucking bastard.
Mm-hmm.
God.
We
Yeah.
might not got the information if we killed him.
Yeah, fine. Alright. I can guarantee your life upon Besmara's trickery, honor. I don't know how to swear upon her in a way that seems reasonable to you.
Oh, I know that you've got at least a moniker of honor when it comes to piratey things here. Though I'm not a pirate. I'm sure your Inquisitor would like to know that I got under someone's thumb when they freed me from slavery from Chelix. Give them that much information, and maybe they'll be more reasonable to talk to me too. Your captain, well, honestly, I don't even get near that one. He smashes everything.
It's true. No one wants to be near that guy when he's mad.
Look, I can't know if you're telling me the truth. That's what the Inquisitor does.
Alright, if you want to bring your Inquisitor friend here, I'll stay right here. But if I see any signs from anybody else, I'm heading out. Disappearing again. You might be able to find me. You might not be able to. I still have a few tricks left. But I'm not confident enough to risk it. Let me put it that way.
Fine. I'm gonna summon a bear, and it'll watch you. It'll maul the fuck out of you if you start trying to leave.
You know what? The group just send people in your group.
He's just gonna like raise an eyebrow at that one. Oh, I can
And
show you.
I summon a bear.
Let me.
A bear.
A bear.
A bear.
It's an entropy bear, so it's a horrific monstrosity of a chaotic
Why
bear.
do you people only make monstrosities? Why can't you ever make anything nice?
And here you go. Here's the eel.
Yeah, he doesn't look as awful as I thought he would.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I will quickly retrieve Misty
Okay.
Right, you know,
and Misty.
You know, I rephrase. This man looks like he's covered in slime.
And I will tell you on the way. I found him. He's bargaining for his life. I need you to confirm he's telling the truth, and then I guess we'll let him go.
Oh, why are you letting him go? What are you
Because he'll
holding
tell
back?
us the employer, which is the real bastard that's done all this.
Right.
I want to kill the employer
Oh.
way more.
I'll go with your plan.
And he was a slave from Chelix or something. Apparently that was supposed to like put you on the good side with him.
I certainly want to talk to him now. 1 second, just to remove temptation. Misty's gonna drop one of her bags. It's gonna open. It's a torturer's kit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, fair enough. My bear's watching. We got a couple more. We got like a half of a minute before it expires.
So, come on.
Yep. You come back and the bear dissolves into like mush.
He's just sitting like on a box right now.
Mushy bear.
The bear was like sitting and like looking at it. It's like a very good bear.
So you're the one causing all the trouble then?
I'm the one causing all the trouble.
So who's your employer?
Do we have a deal?
Yes, you will get out of here alive and uninjured and with all your items and belongings
All right.
and fingers.
Seems like I knew I wouldn't have a friend in good old Barnabas Harrigan.
I knew it, that bastard did it. Fuck.
Honestly, I was surprised to see him here.
Yeah, well, you know, it was more of a power play type thing.
I-
Oh, it was a power play on me more than anything.
Yeah, you know what? In retrospect, that's probably what it was, but like, when we initially, you know. Anyway, you want to kill that dude? We want to kill that dude.
I'm not much for killing him. Look, I'll give
Well-
you the rundown here of where I'm at with this entire thing. He saved me from slavery in Chelix. Okay? But, meant I had to work with him for some time. The nickname I have, well, your cook probably wouldn't recognize it, but if he saw me, he might recognize me. Former member of the crew.
True?
I did a lot of stuff for Harrigan. It's where I got my skills. Managed to part ways with him. But the fact is, he's always had me under his thumb. So when he called on me to, assist him in making you guys look bad, well, I couldn't really say no. Now, could I? Especially since it seems though, well, he was gonna give me some money for it. Maybe not as much as I would normally like. Well, it's about time to get out of here. I mean, Chelix is going to invade soon anyway.
Okay. So, give us everything you know about Harrigan.
Well, I know this much. He's working with Chelix. I don't know what he's doing, but he seems to have struck some kind of deal. I knew that already. I knew that from back in the day. Maybe he wants to be put in charge of this place and is willing to sell out every last one of you other pirates.
I wouldn't put it past someone. It wouldn't be the first time someone from Chelix has done that.
I would believe it.
Regardless,
Have you seen the man?
I know that much. I'm not really sure of the true deal of it. Look, I could help you with him for a price and my safety. If that would be worse. Or you could just let me go, honestly. I'd rather be out of the shackles before everything goes down.
I mean,
What would you be able to do for us?
You've seen my work.
True, you are a sneaky bastard.
I can also make things burn, explode, people die. I have plenty of criminal connections.
Does Harrigan have an island?
Yeah.
Okay. You thinking what I'm thinking? Or you thinking, you know what I'm thinking?
He does have a fleet, too.
Yes,
Ooh, that one would be good to bear.
it'd be difficult.
We didn't destroy your...
Also, I gotta be honest, like... I'm smart about this. You know? If you want to go to war with that man, you gotta be ready to go to war. Because honestly, war between pirate captains is not something that is easily looked upon differently. Especially one as powerful as that man is. His, sorry. His brutality is one of the few reasons he hasn't had any opportunities to draw the favor of the Pirate Council in a possible position.
Wouldn't it look best to use your new council position to go after the less powerful and influential?
I can tell
would
you...
need allies.
Sorry. I can tell you that he's dealing with Chelix. I know that. But who am I? I'm someone that's worked with him before, but I'm also a free agent. I doubt your pirate lords will trust my word, and honestly, I don't want to speak with them.
it's unlikely they would trust your word.
But you might have an opportunity to find something out, and maybe I can, well, if we take a look, I might be able to point you in the right direction.
All right. We can pay you, and we need your help to find out. We need to find out what his deal with Chelix is. If he has anything contracted or written or noted somewhere, if we can find that, we can show it to the captains, and we can then fight Harrigan when he's against the shackles before Chelix arrives. Think you can get us a lead on that?
I have connections. Plenty of them. And there might be some more you can do for me, too. This island seems a little untapped. Perhaps if you can have some of your people... I didn't have many opportunities to do it. Pick up a few interesting reagents from your jungle. Different from the Grundian jungles, which I normally have people gather stuff for me.
Yeah, we can find the reagents. You just have to, label them out plainly.
I can let you know what I'm looking for. He's gonna definitely just sense motive on that one. That's certainly something that when he mentions it and you say, yeah, sure, he's like, that's the first time you can tell there's genuine interest in him. Having some more chemical reagents. The opportunity is very big for him, and he likes that.
See, these reagents are important to you. Cover good part of the cost.
Knowledge, research is important to me. And I've had my opportunity once I left the Wormwood. But, we've got to make a living somehow.
How much you want to get paid for this? I don't know the rates of...
Depends on how much you want me to do for you. We'll put it that way. Just for some information and maybe pointing you in the right direction. I'll just put it in plunder. They'll charge you basically 2 plunder for help getting information that might be able to lead you to being able to have battle with Harrigan. You offer 5 if you need some tactical assistance and things maybe some reagents or stuff like that would be helpful in that. 10 if you want him to fight with you. He is not very willing to do that.
I assume we don't have a shitload of plunder right now.
I'm gonna ask him. You willing to give us? We could pay you some of it up front now, and we'll need a little time to go collect.
I understand.
The
Pirate
necessary
treasure always goes up and down. And for now, if we want to keep my safety and maybe you getting some information about your enemy, my former employer, who I'm not in the best relationship, but not the worst relationship, and honestly willing to burn that bridge, quite literally, we can make a deal.
I can give you 1,000 gold straight right now on your way out.
Well, perhaps if we are in amicable terms, I can return to my former abode and reposition myself away from prying eyes.
The hole's a little bigger now.
That's easily enough fixed.
I take out a pouch of, 1,000 gold on me.
Okay.
I toss it to him.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Head back to your hideaway and get started on it.
Before he goes, because he said he was a former Chelix slave, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna address him in whatever language is spoken in Chelish. So I know Chelaxian isn't actually a language, apparently. I think it's
like a
infernal.
dialect, right?
It's
infernal.
like infernal. Yes.
I'll address him in infernal. You are good at gathering notes. I assume you know things of me then.
Of course. Even back in the days in West Crown. I heard things. Not about you particular, but about the groups you were in. He's responding in Infernal. Of course.
Poor Revia. Hearing demon screech.
Mm-hmm.
You know, fine. Just continue talking. Like, I can't hear the... I'll start talking in Walkwood. Oh. How does that feel?
Well, it would be best, I think, if you would forget such things about me, or try to. Because when they eventually come for me, they will comfort everyone who knows anything about me.
I understand. And, tell old Cookie Myske says hi.
Is that addressed to me, or
Yeah, to you.
I'll
You're
nod?
talking.
Mm-hmm.
I walk away sassily.
Mm-hmm. Okay. He's going to.
I'll let him go.
He's
Yeah.
gonna slink away sneakily because he's pretty damn stealthy. Like if you had, honestly, none of you got near his stealth check. If you got a stealth check, there would have been a different interaction if you actually noticed him. That's very stealthy, and I rolled well.
No. You know, that... Hey, you
Happens
talked to
to-
literally the only person that would have gone right to negotiating with him.
Two technically most rational people.
Yeah.
Well, Chess is probably pretty rational. But,
Chester's
It
probably
isn't
pretty
whole-
rational, yeah.
it isn't
But
hold display
Chester's
in the
very
party yet.
new. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I wouldn't have killed him off the bat.
Yeah. But sort of like
Right.
his information is less valuable to Chester. You knew.
Yeah. He knew exactly that. It would have been, I will tell you my boss. He's like, fuck, that's the one thing I want to
I'll
know
make
more than
my
killing him.
way to Yaalkol.
Yeah, I will be there too. I'm probably walking ahead of you since I left her.
Likely, yeah. You did get language swapped out of a conversation.
I sassed you out loud and walked away. Sass. With sass. But, you know,
Of course.
I'm like calling off the search. Telling people to go to bed or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Walk up to Yaalkol and Jacub. Well, I guess we'll wait for Myste to come.
I
We'll
think-
show back up at some point, I guess.
Not very long.
Well,
Conversation wasn't long.
Y'all found him?
we found him. And,
Should take this conversation somewhere more private.
yeah, we have a room somewhere, I'm sure. Really
You
want
guys go to my lab.
No.
Yeah, well, no, that's a pretty private place, actually.
It's underground.
Your lab is large and unsecured.
That's fair. We don't really have a secure room yet.
My quarters are secured.
But you got any quarters that makes it secure than like the other room.
A
It's
gun.
me.
I mean, you'll go to your quarters, and of course,
It's kind of tight. I just think that-
Lucian will just kind of like he'll like wake up, he'll kind of like look, he'll sigh a bit, and like get up and like walk and be like, "Let me know when you're done."
Yeah. It's the most secure place. These people don't know security works.
Like he's
like-
probably like like just like a simple like like loincloth or something to sleep in,
Yeah.
and he like puts on like he like picks up like like a shirt or something and like puts it over his shoulder.
Yeah. Anyway, we found him. Well, he kind of like found me, I guess, more specifically. And
A deal has been made.
Deal?
his boss was Harrigan.
Yes.
You're muted, Erik.
Oh, this. Sorry, Jesus Christ. I just hate-
Oh, huge L.
Big L.
I saw you emote and react. I was like, oh no.
Oh,
We
shit.
lost the Yaalkol
He's
moment.
Angry.
I say, did you kill him?
No.
No, we made a deal. I swore it upon Besmara.
All right. What did we get?
His boss was Harrigan.
We got a lot of information on Harrigan. Harrigan is working for the challenge.
Do we? Yeah, not to be a skeptic.
Arrogant.
Do we have proof? Or is it just some guy
We're
trying
going
to
to find
weasel his?
Well, that we're hiring him. We're gonna give him money, and he's gonna help us locate. Like he's gonna help us find, like evidence of him working with Chelix, so we can present it to the council. And then we'll pay him to help us, learn more about Harrigan's tactics and stuff, and maybe set fire to some ships or something. That
He doesn't
depends
want
on how
to go
much.
to war specifically. The asking price was very steep for that.
Yeah,
Before we pay this guy any goddamn money.
I already paid him, so as a sign of
Are you
goodwill.
sure that he's not just gonna double cross us for Harrigan? Because I swear, I'll pull his
I'm-
bones from his body.
I am sure, because
I-
Chelix is coming and he will be leaving the shackles.
I did bring Misty specifically because I'm pretty decent at reading people, but Misty's also Misty.
It's my job.
You know.
I'll tell you what the sense motives you rolled. He didn't seem like he was trying to lie about it all. It
I
seems like
figured.
his main concern is Chelix is coming, and he really would rather be out of the shackles when that
It's my
happens.
job to know when people lie.
I trust that. All right.
We
I even had a funny
Jeez.
feeling about Harrigan at the party.
there's two things, right? We hate, right? Most of all, right? Yaalkol? Well, 3 things. Well, 4. But 2 most important. Well, yeah, 2 are actually important, and 2
We got
are
a lot of
On
things.
with
There's a list. It's
Well,
just
one-
these are
what-
top five sort of
The
things.
invited
one-
halfling to the damn party.
1 is Harrigan,
Yeah,
2 is Chelix,
yeah,
3 is that tavern,
yeah,
and 4 is halfling villages.
yeah.
Are
Alright, but 2 are
animals.
actually important. Which are the
knock,
first two?
knock their houses over.
Right. Relax. Calm down. No more brevity.
Very calm. It had to be known.
I feel like in my reverie, I just knocked something over,
That-
like a chair. It's
This is
just
my-
sorry.
This is my room.
Pick the chair back up.
Well,
For
this
real.
confirmed my suspicion about Harrigan at the party. That why he told his men to eat light and stick to the wine.
Yeah, makes sense.
He knew what was going on.
Which we suspected in the first place, I think.
It was a good
Alright.
call.
I apologize for allowing this to happen and not having this place more secured.
It's hard to prepare for an invisible halfling, dude.
Honestly,
we didn't
after
know was coming.
sleeping on it a little bit, I think us asking Harrigan to come was probably a pretty dumb idea.
It actually may have been a smart one in turn. It may have set him, our ill friend, into a panic.
Hmm.
Yeah, I still think it was a good idea. The old
Yeah.
saying, the proverb, right? Have your friend close, but your enemy's closer.
That's
So, should I marry? No.
what
You have
are
your
you?
enemies closer so you
You
can
have
hit
a wife.
more effectively.
Yeah, but this polygamy.
Yeah, what's going on with the whole wife situation? Are you guys
Oh, well, I'm gonna speak to her later today. Well, I should really sleep soon since it's getting late. But
Yeah,
I'm gonna
I know.
speak to her later about officially having her as the governoress of the island.
Oh, that's cool. That's a good idea. She's good at
Like managing
taking
the
care
island,
of places.
right?
That's
See,
a good
she-
idea.
She suggested it because she is more thinking about stuff than that. I'm about. I got 3 thoughts. It's piloting a ship, stabbing the fuck out of people I hate, and hating people.
Well, we know it's Harrigan now.
Okay. So, if that's the case, if we're going against Harrigan, then you're right that we should get that evidence, because then we can get more people on the council against him. Now that we got this guy out of the way, let's try to seal the deal and get us a seat on the council, because I feel like that's going to probably be our best bet to move forward. It seems like Harrigan isn't even really the concern. He's just a bastard who's going to get his. It seems like our real concern's got to be Chillix. If they're going to do something, if they're making moves, then we need to make sure the council is getting ready to fight back against
They will
them.
make their moves through him. They're inherently entwined.
Okay.
To what end, I do not know, but I suspect, and our evil friend suspects, that he will be placed as the ruler of this province area.
Oh, bastard would get himself.
Which we could probably tell Tessa this information so she can help us, since she'll most likely believe us.
You think so?
She is
Yeah.
very knowledgeable of Chellix spies in the region.
We remember she hired us originally to find Chellix spies.
Yeah, I know that. I know that. I just I don't like 100% know what her relationship to Harrigan was. So I wasn't like I didn't know if they knew
I
each
think they're
other.
kind of unrelated.
Unrelated.
Yeah.
And the thing is, you did present her with a list of possible captains in the Shackles that could be corrupted. Certainly, like, you know, honestly, Harrigan could have already been off the list if he was already reached out to. But, like, you know, there could be others that have been reached out to from that list that the spies were gathering, you know?
Yeah, and she's likely to think, at least, in you know, it makes sense. It's like we've been actively fighting against Chellix, so it's not we're you know. I guess she might think there's a vendetta against Harrigan. I guess, but I don't know if she knows our entire relationship with Harrigan.
A lot of people know what you've done.
Well, you know, I guess we did make it quite public.
The story should spread throughout.
But we're honest pirates.
You lie.
No, we're not.
Well,
No,
I mostly tell the truth
You
to other
exaggerate.
important people.
I don't know. I'd lie to anybody. I don't give a
Well,
You
alright.
can't lie. I've seen you try.
shit. No, I'm not very good.
I'm gonna also before Plug and Scourge leave, I'm gonna try to mend that bridge that Yaalkol did, like, hammer through. And you're not gonna talk to them ever again, Yaalkol?
All right, fine.
Okay. We don't
No.
need more enemies. I invited a bunch of them so we could round them off to not be enemies except Harrigan. And
Okay.
it kind of works so far, except you decided to
You know,
smash.
in the
Wasn't
future,
a site.
tell me that beforehand, and I'll try to, you know.
Well, I
make
thought
the
you were
anxious
just-
thoughts
Lack
quiet.
of, lack of communication. Kind of.
You know,
Yeah.
you said you wanted to come, and I figured you were trying to, like, put a new leaf, you know, test your ability to talk to other captains. And I was proven incorrect.
I was trying, if I'm being honest with you, but like when,
Well, that's what I
when he
thought.
says that stuff, like that angry voice, it just gets me so mad.
He was
Calm
being,
yourself.
like, sarcastic about the whole... He was making a joke about the fact that the bad blood was the fact that, you know, he enslaved us. And then we killed him.
Get when it's sarcasm and when it's lying and when it's being mean. I don't. What's the difference?
Regardless,
It's in the notebook, Yaalkol.
there is a conversation we need to have.
What up?
About
I'll
Chellix.
put serious face on.
What about it?
I know Harsk has told you things.
Yeah.
How much has he told you?
Said you guys worked with the Inquisition. You were and you guys broke free. You guys sort of broke ranks because you didn't agree with some stuff that was going on, I guess.
So he gave you a very sugar-coated and watered-down telling.
Yeah, he didn't seem to want to get into the details. Wanted to leave that to you.
Well, the truth be told, I was one of the most useful and important inquisitors to the city. All of us were Harsk, Landless, Lucian, myself, were all a team for a long time. That's why we've stuck together for so long, and why I get mad when you don't tolerate them. There was a fifth, my brother. He had different opinions to what we wanted from the Inquisition. I had learned that we were more or less being used simply to just silence political opponents that sought to make Chalix less brutal to its citizens. Upon learning this, I confronted the Grand Inquisitor of our city and executed him.
Badass.
Well, a lot of Inquisitors died because of me. And they will be coming for me again.
I know this sounds not reassuring, but they'll have to get through Captain Yaalkol and myself for.
That is reassuring. I've seen this man work.
Yeah, I was scared you were going to say something really inappropriate, Jacob, but I'm really proud of you, actually.
I'm sorry I give you a hard time, Jacob. It's a lot of subconscious training is still there to not trust mages.
That's all right. I mean, I get it. We do some horrible things.
You've done a lot of horrible things to this party, yes.
You truly have.
You
Out of
know,
everyone,
Yeah.
you're like up here.
Yeah, real making it hard to sleep at night kind of shit.
I've done horrible things, but not horrible things specifically to people for horrible reasons.
Listen, Yaalkol sometimes makes weird, like, noises, like the animals you turn him into in his sleep. They wake me up. It's like, it's a horror.
She is going to kind of reach into her pocket and pull out a kind of like something wrapped in cloth.
I hope he's gonna.
I've been debating what I wish to do with this. And she's going to pull out a holy symbol of Asmodeus. It is mine. Very old. I've had it most of my life.
Well, what do you want to do with it? You want to, like, make a big scene and, like, burn the fuck out of it? Or you want to, like, keep it as, like, a thing to remember of your past?
My past is a complicated one, and honestly, it puts your position at risk.
I mean, what's the biggest, like,
Listen,
I don't want to say F you, but like biggest thing you can do to celebrate your cutting tie?
Executing an Inquisitor.
Look, Misty, I wouldn't worry about your past putting us at any risk or whatever. Listen, we'll fight whoever we need to fight. We'll run away if we gotta. No one's gonna really catch us, you know what I mean? And you know what? We don't really care about what the other people think. As long as we get on that council, and we have that position, we're good. And even if we don't have that position, we're good. You know, you're a member of the crew.
The man who will be coming for me is my brother. My twin brother. His name is Ladin. He's, as I said, we disagree on many things.
Is this alive? Like, we want to not kill him? Just so we know ahead of time.
I don't know. I don't know if I have the desire to kill him.
You know, we'll make it up on the spot. That's what we're best at.
But he will come, and he is as strong as I am. We are of equal training and always have been.
would expect nothing less from somebody of your bloodline. All right, we have powerful enemies. We knew that before. You have a complicated past. I think that's not a unique trait in amongst us. And we got a lot of work ahead. I think that's to say the least. Thank you for being clean with us. I know
It's been difficult hiding it, and I have debated never telling you.
well,
Hey, just know, Misty, as I said, you're one of us. You're a part of the crew. So you're family.
yeah.
And we do our best for family. Even if, it doesn't always seem like we're doing our best and, the outcomes aren't always great. Everyone's always trying their best.
You're certainly dysfunctional like a family.
Well, see, exactly.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to go check if my mom and dad are sleeping with...
I did see them
yeah.
enter. The three
I
of
just
them
wanna-
had entered a room together.
There was
Oh.
a man flirting with an older couple. I
Yeah,
saw.
that's...
I
You
didn't
know-
want to tell you.
But-
There's a very likely chance he is in there with your
Are they
parents.
Were they
Never mind.
flirting? I don't know. It looked like they were just being friendly.
They were
Hey,
certainly
girlfriend.
flirting.
well, hey, listen, my parents
Your
can
father
do
seemed
what...
into it.
Look, hey, my parents are a cool bunch. You guys should actually, talk... Well, no, they're going to talk
I
about
did.
the baby. Yeah, every time they
Maybe
decide
I
to
should
talk
speak
about...
to them.
No, well, look, okay, there was the one time... the time I was blessed by Besmara, it was actually a horrific event. Like, the whole house flooded, and I got touched by, a sea creature, and my hand then got marked. It was, horrific, and my babysitter died.
Let's dissect
but-
this time.
You know-
Was it actually touched? Where did they touch you?
No, that's how I
Mm,
got the
yeah.
first tattoo.
Interesting.
But
Well,
it was a horrific event. And my parents, they were kind of chill about it, though.
Well, there are some people here who also want to meet you lots. Especially you, Captain.
Ooh.
My other siblings.
Oh. Yeah.
Are they
If it's your
are they-
family, meet them.
They're
are they
friends.
safe in Chelix? Are they from there?
They are from Chelix, yes.
Oh, cool.
Do they want to
They're-
stay in this dope ass fort?
No, because they're
Yeah.
useful eyes and ears to me.
Oh, I wouldn't have considered that as an option.
My sister is a merchant. She frequents Port Peril. I'm able to catch up with her often.
Does anyone know where Galt is?
I think I do.
That's
It's a place that executes people.
I mean, yeah. It's pretty cool.
That's all I heard about it.
My
lot of
sister
murder.
lives there. That's where, or at least that's where she was living, I think.
well. Yes.
Commander, I don't
Yes.
want to just barge in on you with the conversation too much, interrupt. But
What's
I got
up?
a problem in my mind.
What's wrong?
Well, you see, walking in, that's not like just as soon as right away, as soon as he finished knocking, pretty much harsh. Because I was thinking, you kind of stopped the search for the saboteur, yes?
Yes.
What are we gonna do to appease the man whose ship got set on fire?
I leave that to Revia.
You didn't have to say that when I was just getting ready to go to sleep because I didn't want to think of something. But now I have to plan that. Thanks. And I walk out, and now I'm having to think of a.
You're
plan.
welcome. It's important.
Fuck you, Hars. You get over it. You're helping
Very
me.
important.
I turn to
I drag Hars with me.
He'll be
I
like,
leave Harsh in my room.
and
I
say,
need him to help me.
And I turn to Misty and I say, "Is there any way that you can talk me out of killing that werewolf dude? I feel like that would just solve a lot of our problems."
It would look really bad and jeopardize your seat.
Let's go.
All right.
Here, yeah, cool. And Misty's gonna kind of go over to a drawer. I've been fixing this, and it's a little tiny box. And she'll open it and it'll start playing some very calming music. I want you to have this.
I like this.
Captain Yaalkol, your secret should be that you're always angry instead.
Why would he be always angry? He's usually happy most of the time.
Yeah.
He's always
And then
angry at the little things once they're off.
And then there's a few times I'm asleep.
You can't be angry when you're asleep. That's just ridiculous.
Yeah. Unless I have an
Yeah.
angry dream. You ever have an angry dream? It doesn't happen often, but everyone like,
Usually
I'm
nighttime for me.
like, I got then I wake up mad. And I'm like, what was I mad about? It was like an idea I had. That's crazy, right?
I too get mad at ideas.
Well,
God damn it.
and then I just walk out like
Alright.
completely ADD brain. Just like the conversation's over, I leave.
I'll leave it.
yes, please leave my room. I would like to be with my husband.
He's still also outside, just with the shirt over his shoulder.
Standing outside with a fucking Chad.
He's just in short, like his like evening shorts kind of thing, with like the shirt over his shoulder, just sitting there.
Misty is rushing you out of the room.
Misty, if I may, I do need to have a conversation with you. The husband's the naked dwarf, right?
No.
No. Okay.
Points
never
to
mind.
this, the large,
Oh,
very
yeah.
buff man.
There's a large buff man here.
He actually has a picture somewhere.
This pictures.
I just couldn't remember. I was trying to.
No, I don't think you saw the pictures. They came out. Oh,
His
No,
name
no,
is
this
Landis. He's in the full level
He is
allied sheets.
Lucian. Is the
Oh,
husband.
he's Lucian. There you go. Landless is the swashbuckler.
Landless is the road, yeah.
No.
If I could just have your ear for a few minutes.
Oh, here you go. He's popped out
Yeah,
again.
this beautiful fucking dude.
Yeah.
Hottie with the body. Used to be Mister. Don't worry, I can keep Misty distracted for a minute or two.
There you go.
There was just some things I overheard and noticed at the party, and Ambrose told me you're someone I could trust to bring things to.
Alright, what are they?
One, I overheard Tessa and the Master of Gales talking. She was probing him on what his motivations and why he suggested certain tests for your crew. I thought that might be something important to know. Also, the weird woman with the plug-in scourge, I believe their names were. There was something weird about her shadow. It was
Her
shifting
shadow.
and moving on its own.
Hopefully that won't be a problem after tonight. Good to know, however.
Yeah. Oh, also, I have something in my room. The dwarf captain dropped a necklace and in one corner and was muttering to himself that it was something he shouldn't have brought with him. I wrapped it up in a handkerchief for now.
No.
Alright, well, I would suggest you get Jacub to look at it immediately.
That's actually mainly it. Oh, and someone fed the fish a weird animal leg.
That was probably Revia.
But it wasn't me.
It wasn't Revia. No one knows where it got the animal leg.
I don't care. Listen, get good
Well-
Chad fucking Gritter. Let's go.
You seem to be very good at listening to things and finding information. If tonight is clear, I cannot have my eyes everywhere. I need help. Especially when these two keep bringing their enemies to our front door.
I thought that was quite weird to invite all of your enemies to a party where you're trying
It
to
was
look
irresponsible.
good. Yes. But, I mean, yes, it worked out, but it could have backfired since you're
Yes.
trying to put your best foot forward and you have your enemies who could pull the ears of the people you're trying to
Yes.
impress.
It was a very interesting move. I need help keeping an eye out for that.
Yes, Ambrose asked me the same thing as well. and also told me to keep you in the loop of anything that I overhear. I figure, since I was just dancing, it gave me a good chance to mingle amongst them while doing my performance and overhearing things.
Between you, Quentin, and myself, we have a little spy network going, so that's good.
If I hear anything else, I will let you know immediately.
I appreciate it.
Well, I will let you get to your rest, and I will get that necklace taken care of.
Please do. I don't trust anyone anymore for this giving things to these people.
So, no problem. Have a good evening. I will leave. I'm going to go straight to my room. And
Well,
then
when you leave, when Chester leaves, he walks around the corner and he sees Revia just like hitting her head against the wall, trying to figure out what to fucking plan to resolve this
Misty
issue.
will poke her head out the door and just be like, "Keep it down," and she's gonna shut her door.
I'm not making a lot of noise, but I'm like just fucking hitting my head against the wall, just trying to think about a plan because this is a disaster.
Do you know anything that the man likes in particular?
Sex, booze, violence.
Why don't well, one, we already know we're going to help them repair the ship, correct?
Yeah. Well, look. Okay.
Also, I'm sure we have plenty of rum left over for
Well,
the party.
Perhaps you got honeyed words, yes, boss lady?
Yeah. I have a name, Hars. Or do you want me to call you Dwarven Man?
Officer Gavet.
I fucking hate you so much.
Wait, is this
10 out of 10.
dwarf?
10.
This is hard. Yeah, this is hard.
Remember,
Hars
you
is the best.
drug Harsk along.
You ruined literally everything for me. You can't even give me the semblance of just saying my name. You have to make it a whole...
I'm at least proud that you decided to wear pants. Anyway,
It's a party, and I'm not on deck of a ship.
He usually wears pants.
Are you still having this conversation outside of Misty's room?
No, we walked like down a
Okay.
hallway.
I'm actually going to gesture you to walk with me towards my room.
Well,
Okay, I'm calling.
Well, well, look. Anyway, do you think you could lie to the man?
You know, I'm like, some would say I'm like, almost like, you know, I'm doing the math in my head. I'm like 65% better at easing someone through not lying than I am at lying, but I could lie.
How about this? If you could somehow convince the man of it, and the rest of the people, there was scares of bombs and stuff. What if they were fireworks? They only looked like bombs, and were going to be over near their ships and stuff. And one of them happened to accidentally cause a fire.
Does that look...
That works, because Misty bought a bunch of fireworks.
That... I could try that. Now, doesn't that make us look a little inept? I guess letting
What's better
seem on
than
that-
that?
An accident.
You know, listen.
is
I
better
was
than
just thinking.
someone-
I was just thinking out loud for like 2 seconds. I don't need everyone
yeah.
jumping on me. Okay?
No. I understand. You're working it through in your mind. It's better for, you
It's
know...
late. I'm tired.
I could assist you with that story.
Yeah.
And an accident sounds better, less inept than letting someone bomb their ship.
We got a bunch of leftover rum that perhaps could be offered to the person whose ship got damaged.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what I was
you know,
saying too. Since
is a-
he likes rum.
listen. He likes 3 things from my knowledge, which is not a whole lot. I'll be frank. But he likes sex. He likes booze, and he likes murder. He's a simple man. All right. I will give him, you know, this is the werewolf.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
The work shark is a bro.
You might
okay?
like that stuff too, to be fair.
He does 100%, but he's a bro.
He did seem to be very fond of the rum we were serving. That might go a long way to appease him.
Yeah, we'll give him the rest of the rum. We'll say it was an accident with fireworks. It was a terrible shame. We will we will repair a ship, as quickly as possible. Yeah.
And I'll be by your side to back you up on this.
Yeah, I'm not. Listen, if that giant guy, listen, I can beat that guy in a fight. Okay.
Well, I mean to.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Corroborate.
Sorry, I'm used to someone backing me up. It's usually Yaalkol with a giant hammer.
You're not the only one with a honey tongue.
My tongue doesn't have honey. I'm making a joke. Yeah, but you said there's something in your room that's horribly cursed.
It would be strange if honey came out of it. Yes.
You made it awkward.
Also, can you point me to which room Jacub is staying in?
What'd you need Jacub for?
The dwarf captain left something behind that might not be good.
Do I know he's horribly cursed?
Yes.
Yeah.
He's like horribly cursed, isn't he?
I mean,
I'm not
I do
going
acknowledge
anywhere near-
local.
Look,
I don't know.
I'm not going near an item that's cursed, just so you know, and take off the hat of disguise. And then I go back to my horribly, I got bone gauntlets, I got bone gauntlets, I got, a fucking frilly, poofy dress on.
You've got, okay, no. You have a dress that's the most gaudy dress in existence because it's, jewel encrusted and rich and stuff like that.
I got a headband of wisdom, I got 2 swords, my slippers on. It's fucking terrible. This dress is horribly cursed, and it makes me easier to be cursed. And I put the hat back on. I go back into a really nice outfit that all matches together. It looks very piratey.
Well, if you could at least let me know which room Jacub resides in, I will.
Yeah. I walk over to Jacob's room and I open it. I don't even knock.
Jesus, what the fuck, dude?
You notice that Jacub is one just really awkwardly just reading a bunch of papers and then looks up at you and goes, "Oh my god," and drops half his papers as he gets surprised that someone's visiting.
I never get visitors.
Jacob, Chester needs you. You know that dwarf captain that's horribly cursed that we met at the regatta?
Not personally, but I've heard of his hard tales, yeah.
Yeah, you remember how his ship turned purple and crashed?
Yeah. I'm
That
surprised
happened, right?
That did happen, yeah.
It turned purple and.
Well, it didn't crash. It just turned purple.
Oh, I thought he landed on rocks.
No, he came across the finish line with his ship glowing purple.
Yep.
Chester is in possession of a horribly cursed item from him.
Oh, great! That's.
You want to identify that?
It might be cursed. I have no way.
Oh, it's horribly cursed. It's from him.
But he did drop it in a corner of our dining room and mentioned he doesn't know why he brought it.
Yeah, that sounds like it's horribly cursed. I'm gonna be honest. You're not really dissuading that as.
Oh, I'm not saying it's not. I'm just saying I personally have no way of knowing.
I'm sorry, but you picked that up and then you put it in your pocket.
I put it in a handkerchief and touched the handkerchief.
Oh, man, that's smart. I would have just touched it.
I mean,
I didn't
you
know
feel cursed?
What it was. No. I feel.
Can you identify it, Jacob?
Yeah, I can, but I'm not touching you with 10-foot pole, so you just stand close.
But you don't need to touch it to identify it, right?
It depends on the item, actually. Yeah, I might have to. I'll cast Mage Hand.
I could bring it to you if you want.
Okay. If you want to try to identify it, use the normal identify rules, which is make a spellcraft check. Are you using identify the spell or just?
I'm using the identify spell from the Goggles of Treasure Hunting.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
by the way, so glad you gave me those goggles.
I figured they're good for you. Okay.
Okay. Make your spellcraft check then.
Your spellcraft's like a plus 40, right? It's
It's a 30.
Okay.
Okay.
Fine.
That's very good because, the DC to identify a cursed thing is a lot higher than a normal DC. To notice that it is cursed. Hey! It's cursed!
Weird.
Yeah.
Unexpected.
You know?
So I got bad news. I think it's cursed. I know it's cursed.
What's the curse do?
This necklace would normally be a necklace of a necklace of adaptation.
Oh.
Kind of. It also functions as a necklace of adaptation, a ring of sustenance.
We get to go underwater.
So adaptation normally is like you don't have to worry about breathable things. Guess what? It makes you have constant hunger pangs and thirst pangs, and it makes you the opposite of being adapted to things, which means you're always out of breath. It makes you exhausted permanently. So you're exhausted, constantly hungry and thirsty.
Why would someone make this?
You just
What a
described
curse on
big
one?
most
Awful
of the time.
thing to do to someone.
Cursed items are often accidentally made.
That's so
Should put it on Harrigan.
It's so rude.
Oh, honestly, though.
He's gone already.
Damn it. That would have been great.
So can you just get rid of the curse by dumping the item? I don't think so.
Normally, no. Honestly,
throw it-
it's very weird because the dwarf had it, but was he affected by it or not? That's kind of weird.
So do we just throw it in the ocean?
No, God, don't throw anything.
Maybe
that
the
dwarf has in
dwarf is maybe the dwarf is so cursed, the curse didn't affect him.
It's
ocean.
like
He's
it's
reached
like
his curse limit.
whoa, it's like opposites hitting each other and then they just neutralize. So
Oh, like a negative times a negative makes positive type of thing.
I don't know what negative. Like, what do you mean?
It's like when you have 4 apples and Yaalkol eats one, and then he eats more than you have, so you never have the right amount of apples. So
How do
he
you
owes you an
beat-
apple. So you have negative apple because he always owes you an apple.
But that's just like that means he owes. You're explaining like actually high level math terms to like a 12-inch.
You idiot.
Basically, think of someone owing you something. You have less than what you need
Oh, okay.
because someone owes
It's
it to you.
debt. It's pretty much
Yeah.
debt.
Okay. Listen, okay, I never went to school, okay? Look, like, I went to Claire, like a temple for a bit, okay? But, I didn't really fit there, okay? They're like the Gazra. Gazra's like a cool god, of like wind, air, and water, and earth. But like, fuck, Besmar,
I mean, like, I don't know because I don't worship God.
Oh, well,
I know God.
you should worship Besmara.
I do.
Oh,
See?
okay. Because is he
Yaalkol does.
any
Well,
of the best? Mara?
I mean, he does. He does like a prayer once a month when he like remembers he should do it.
Oh, that's actually kind of nice. He remembers. Wow. Okay. That's cute.
Anyway,
Anyways,
what
we should probably get rid
do
of.
with this?
I'll leave it in
I'll
your
take
hands,
it.
Jacob.
Yeah, I'll hold on to it for now.
Don't
Okay,
touch
Mage
it.
Hand. Nope, it's all Mage Hand, baby.
Well,
Right.
it's at least wrapped up in one of
Well-
my handkerchiefs.
So I have a question on cursed items, Jacob. Do you gotta like put it on like a necklace, or if you're just touching it, curse you?
I guess it varies on the object. Most objects like to be used, I would imagine. And so, like, they prey upon the greed of the user. So I would imagine if you would have to wear most of them, depending on how vicious it is.
Also,
Yeah,
they're
much-
difficult to identify, meaning a lot of times they just... Like, this would appear as, like, normally, if a person hadn't rolled, like, a 49, it would appear that as a necklace of adaptation combined with a ring of sustenance's ability.
Right.
Looks
So
better than a base item.
you'd want to put it on,
Yeah,
and then you'd get cursed.
yeah.
So we could sell it to someone.
Okay, you were just telling me that you were a good person earlier.
No, I never said that. You misremember.
Also, you'll notice that there's something unusual about it, and you're pretty sure if anybody uses this, their hair will grow an inch every hour.
Well, find someone who's bald and who eats a lot.
Oh,
We
And then-
sell it as magical hair growth, and then we remove curse on the item and take it off of them.
There it
This
is.
is a business model.
Give it to the werewolf now.
He has too much. Oh wait, he would grow so much hair that he couldn't fight.
we'd also
properly.
be exhausted and hungry and thirsty so much.
Why are you like this? Who
That's a
hurt
backup
you?
plan. That's a backup plan in case things go horribly wrong.
Anyway, anything else tonight, or are we going to move on to the next day?
That's all I had. I just wanted to get that
Yeah.
stuff out of the way.
The cursed item will be around. We'll figure out what to do with it.
Yeah.
I will say before Revia leaves, as the doors closes. By the way, there's a wand of make whole, which can kind of help repair some of the ship. And then I close the door.
I was the one that suggested to use that wand. What the fuck? Walk away, disappointed. The one time I make a good suggestion, Jacob takes it.
I remember you saying it.
Thanks. Well,
I remember Jacob stealing it.
I remember I said like we should just use the whole wand on like his ship to like make it like fixed really quickly.
Anyway, so next day will arrive. Hey, do you want to give me a bluff check against 3 pirate lords which you're meeting with in the morning before they will depart? They will be the first to depart. 3 pirate
You're
lords.
getting +2 from me.
And
I have a +10, so.
Do I have can I have a spell that lasts minutes per level on me?
If you want to address this as soon as you meet with them, you could probably have it on.
Yes, I do. This is like the first thing they address because it's the burning ship in a room.
Yeah.
That's a little on the nose.
Well, you know, I'm looking at any other spells I have that could be possibly useful. So give me like a minute to just quickly scan through my spell list.
Yep.
Since it kind of matters a lot.
Do you have an enhancement bonus to charisma?
The dress, is it an enhancement bonus or an insight bonus? It's an enhancement, right?
Enhancement.
Yeah, so I do. I have a +6.
Yep.
Holy shit! I forgot how much bluff you
Yeah, no, I don't got anything else, so I'll just apply my bonuses and pray to my Lord and Savior Besmara.
Well, Chester, roll that assist check.
Oh,
Well, I think I automatically.
Oh, if you got more than
plus
+10, then yeah.
I have +10, exactly.
Okay.
I assume Conqueror can't inspire confidence.
No, this is not a point in time where Conqueror would help with that.
Woo!
Alright,
You've assisted.
okay. That was a 7.
Okay.
Oh, +2.
I'm gonna roll
23.
1 check. Okay. 2 check.
Oh,
That one probably
check.
fails.
Those are bad.
Oh! Let's hope
Great.
Let's hope the
14
first
though.
one was Druid, and he's like more liable to be like, you know, I'll let him pass.
I'm gonna tell you, the first one, I went in order of what I've got them. The first one was Sornash.
Who is the Druid, right?
No, that's the
Oh,
werewolf.
Werewolf.
But
He doesn't have sense motive.
He's
Is
a
the good
dumbass. Remember?
So he might that might be the best person to have thus like higher there.
Number 2 is Lady Bloodmorn, who has sense motive. And number 3, of course, is the druid, Captain Darmar. He doesn't have sense motive,
Okay.
but he has a lot of wisdom.
True.
Honestly, you have Misty's fireworks.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good
Yeah.
piece of evidence. It is an incredibly believable lie that they could have been setting it up towards the docks. There was the explosion. There was confusion then that someone said it was some kind of bombs that caused people to be looking around chaotically. Yeah.
And honestly, we handled all the bombs ourselves
Yeah.
pretty swiftly.
So,
So let's go.
All right, then.
And as a recompense for your chip, we have a wand of Maycole out there working overtime to repair it quickly, and we offer to you Bloodmorn. Is that his name?
No, Bloodborne's the lady, right?
That's,
yeah.
that's the
Lady
ship.
Bloodborne.
Alright, fine.
Avamar
What's his
Sornash.
Sorry.
With the
Sornash.
Blood Moon as the ship, yeah.
Sornash, we offer to you the rest of the rum.
He'll kind of grumble about it, but he won't say anything. So I'm going to tell you now, before their announcements, I'm going to explain to you the respect tally. I talked a little bit about this last time. You got 2 points for slaying the giant octopus, getting rid of that, driving that off. 2 points for putting the spirits of the fortress to rest. 2 points for getting rid of the Cyclops. 2 points for adding the courtesans to the group. That's 8 already. 2 points for getting the rum. 2 points for impressing Sornash about the defenses. 2 points for the performance for Captain Bloodmorn. So we're already at 14 points. You didn't lose points for the rat infestation. You got 2 points for introducing Daramar to Safina when you actually introduced it to her, and then helped her out with her shawl. You secured that 2 points. You prevented the food poisoning. Didn't lose points. You did beat the crap out of Avamar when you got into a fight with him. Regardless of how that fight went, that lost you a point. So now you're at 15.
That's
Yeah. Well, we only had, at least we didn't actually like.
Killing him would have been a lot of subtraction.
Yeah.
He
We had
deserved to be punched in the face.
I don't think we even punched him. I think we literally just grappled him and held him.
So,
15.
failing to prevent a ship from catching fire, you lost a point for that.
So
Puts you
14.
down to
14.
14.
Which that's
Now-
really fucking hard to stop, I imagine.
Technically speaking, you did allow the eel to escape, but you used some trickery, some good checks, and the fact that you had information, and because the option of not having him escape became to, so he technically didn't escape because you captured him and got him, and because of your checks, you didn't get the penalty of that, so you've left at 14. I will tell you now, there is one more thing on this thing. Spending more than the minimum amount to renovate the fortress. It's a nebulous thing that can add bonus points. I am assuming, with this 14 points, that will at least add you +1 to give you 15, which is great success. Word spreads of your legendary dinner party and impressive accomplishments. You are congratulated, for there are now 5 seats on the Pirate Council available. There will be many free captains seeking out an allegiance with the Island of Empty Eyes. And your infamy and disrepute all go up by 4. Not that you ever really use those very much.
Ooh, those have mechanics technically.
Yeah, but we kind of skim over the ship, like the rating stuff part, because it's like
They do things.
I have it. Hey, I keep track on our ship. Okay, we have 24 disrepute and 24 infamy.
Well, now you have
I
4
don't
more.
even
That puts you 28.
What they do.
But no, I already changed it.
Because you used some, didn't you? No, you were 23 I had marked off.
23. Oh, you may have just not told us when it updated.
I thought I mentioned it one time. So you should be at 27.
So we're 27 infamy or 24 infamy?
27 and 27 for both.
Oh, cool.
We should use that at some point.
Well, infamy is just a thing that always goes up.
Well,
Disrepute is...
disrepute is something we should maybe use
Yeah.
occasionally.
we haven't needed it.
So, of the group, Lady Bloodmorn will speak with you. And be like, certainly it was a very impressive party. Of all of us here, I must say, I was very impressed by all of your actions. It seems as though we were right to put trust in you to be able to overcome this island. And in fact, it seems as though it's unusual but not unheard of for more than one word from a crew to come about. It seems as though the group of you, as you come before us, are those that make up your crew. So, whether or not your vote will mean more than anything, all of you are invited to take the seat on the council. The discussion of how your vote will, or votes will count, will depend on how the actions go. Because certainly you will be all aligned. But I think it would be more than useful to have your voices on the council, more than just your captains. for it seems that he does need a little bit more advice, even though his voice is loud. Well,
I give her like a respected nod,
Mhm.
you know.
I'm actually gonna bow and take off my hat
Mhm.
and put it back on.
So Captain Darmar will be the last one. So they'll kind of then depart. Captain Sornish, not say anything else. He's gonna have the rum loaded up. He's probably in slightly a bad mood, but you know.
It's fair.
Yeah.
The ship kind of burned a bit, but
Well, we kind of pinned him down, and then also his ship got caught on fire. He
Yeah.
didn't have the best time at the party.
I'll say we use like 20 charges of the wand of make whole.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I had the spell Greater Make Whole.
And we can do something.
Lady Bloodborne, the thing you kind of get from her is that she seems to take away from this. You'd be great on the council, and especially because it seems like you'd be great allies for her, perhaps. On the other hand, that kind of you can easily sense has double meaning to it. Or perhaps maybe like a warning in the words that stay on my good side kind of thing. You're good to have around to stand it. Captain Darmar will kind of pull Jacub, you aside, before he leaves.
Sir?
It seems as though we were in agreement, as much as Sornash was slightly, well, grumbling about it. That more than one seat would be required for your group. The Pirate Council needs much more blood. I think this is what the Master of Gales was seeking. As for your group, well, it seems as though you are interesting fellows, and perhaps can get along more with many of the inhabitants of the Shackles, more than just the pirate kind.
I'd say, I mean, looking at this group of people, they've impressed me and they've made quite a name for themselves. So I have no doubt in my mind that they would get along with most people in the Shackle.
Above or below the sea, there can always be found friends. And you, good sir, well, he offers you something if you hold out your hand.
I will.
He's going to give you a conch shell. Take this.
Thank you. May I ask what this item may be?
Something that can help you.
Well, I grab it and I look at it with awe in my eyes, and I'll stick my head down and say, I'm sure that when the time comes, I know when to use it. I really do appreciate it.
Mm-hmm. I can tell you what it is. He's given you a horn of the Tritons.
Well, that's cool. That sounds cool. I don't know what it is, but it sounds awesome.
It does the following. For you, it can be blown once per day because you're not a Triton, which can blow it 3 times per day. And once you blow it, you can choose one of 3 effects. Well, one thing about it is, when you sound it, any Tritons within a 3-mile radius will hear it. Tritons tend to be a very good, more good aligned underwater race. Just to know that. So the one effect is it can calm rough waters in a 1-mile radius. Alternately, it can be used as a dismissal spell against a water elemental. It can summon sharks to you or to your aid. Or it can create fear in a 500-foot radius of aquatic or amphibious creatures that aren't intelligent or low intelligent.
Wow.
Shit. Damn.
Mm-hmm.
It's a cool item.
Yeah.
I'll say thanks like 13 times. Like I'll make sure to keep it safe. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. It's just like this is like the item that's like you're friends with the sea folk, kind of item,
Friend of the sea.
Does this make me Aquaman? I can call sea creatures.
I was just thinking that you just become Aquaman.
I mean, you can summon a couple of sharks, but that's about it. The rest of the sea creatures just kind of look at you and be like, blurb.
I like the opposite of Aquaman. I can scare sea creatures. Is what I tell them.
But yes, you technically, very technically, got the exact point value to get great success. Because honestly, you did spend extra money on cannons and stuff, but that's kind of like weirdly like I don't know how to quantify that. So just giving you a general +1 was pretty easy. Because you were at 14 otherwise, and you needed 15 for great success.
So basically, you had to do the thing with no problems, except the fact that you'd always basically let the ship blow up because there's no way to really avoid
perfect.
Yeah, it's
You'd have to have someone staying at the docks,
Well, even then, right?
and with a really high perception check to notice something.
The thing is, if you get it perfect, you get +16, and then the one ship, which is the very difficult ship to save, gets it down to 15.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh,
Now, like, you had one less perfect thing, which is Avamar got all fighty with you and went werewolfy. If you hadn't had that, then but then there is the spending more than the minimum to renovate the fortress, harbor, or host the feast gives you plus. And the thing is, buying weapons is renovating the fort. Spending less than the minimum on any of those would be penalties. But the thing is, you spent the money.
Spent a lot of money.
We
Yeah.
did spend so much money on this part.
We spent several, like 10,000-ish gold, I think, in total.
Yeah.
On the fort stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
Brett.
So congrats.
Woo.
that's cool.
We'll just generally say your crew has 5 seats on the council kind of thing. So that's kind of a nebulous thing of like, in case PCs have to change or anything, But there's low chances of that towards the back end of the adventures, but just in case something happens.
Yeah, which is pretty reasonable.
Yeah. Fair.
And I guess that's...
I joined the crew and become a member of the pirate cast.
Yeah, holy shit.
Yeah.
You just got one hell of a promotion.
Honestly, like, that's how it will be, but it's like, ironically, be like, why wouldn't we put, like, Cog or something on the council? But, no, obviously you're on the...
Yeah.
You're Ambrose's friend, so we trust you.
Yeah. The thing is, yes, it's sort of like, if we were playing this with, like, the non-PCs, you'd probably put, like, some other poor people.
Yeah.
We put Cog and Rio because they have ships of their own now.
Yeah.
Or Rio will have one soon.
Yeah, there's a conversation that needs to happen.
Yeah.
But we'll worry about that next week, because I think we'll have our finale of this season next week. Yeah. As you've resolved the eel, you went on an investigation, which I thought was very fun and very silly. Managed.
We could disable a trap, so we just got around.
You're welcome.
That was such a good... I didn't know what that ladder did. Now I know what it does. I'm going to pay attention to it.
There's certain things that you just don't know what to do. Like,
Yeah, there are so many items in that bag that are incredibly useful.
Yeah, but just like... They're
But we
useful
have,
for like
like,
one
Yeah, they're useful
situation.
for like certain situations.
Yeah, circumstantial items.
Yeah.
that's the thing is,
Like that also would be good if you needed, if you had it on you and you needed to climb up a ship.
yeah.
Yep.
There's a lot of points where it can be like good. It's just like you also have to be creative with some of these things, like
Yeah.
the limits of their abilities. I just imagine like you have the ladder go up and like anchor to the ceiling, and then all of a sudden you like tie the rope down, so then you're like sliding down like do 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 do.
You can make the rope go taut, because it's like a magical rope.
Yeah, it was so silly, but I love it. The way you went about things. It's
Hey,
I'm filled with heart.
one game I was in, but the most useful item I had was my robe of useful items.
Oh yeah, the one
I
that
have one
found
of
things. Yeah, I found so many good uses. It's like,
I-
we're in a trap where the walls are closing. Window.
Yeah, there's a window now.
There's a time where Yaalkol couldn't climb a ship. So I took out a ladder and the useful items. So he climbed the ship and the ladder.
Yeah.
Classic. And then I got stuck in a ball of invulnerability or whatever. No, immobility, whatever. The one that traps you. great moment in my Yep.
Anyway,
It was great.
let's give some shout outs and end it for today. Eric, do you have anything to shout out?
No shout outs. Watch the show. I have lots of fun. I love it.
Henry.
Well, thanks for coming. Thanks for joining us. Join me in my next adventure as Underwater King of the Sea, where I will be saving Atlantis.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I have a trident I can give you.
Yeah.
You've a trident, not a triton, because it's the horn of the triton, not a trident.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
can't.
Horn of a trident.
The trident makes him the king of the sea.
Oh,
Like,
that's right.
it really-
You've got the trident, so yeah.
They
Momo.
fucked up if you gave him a Triton. Like, I thought you weren't okay with owning
Gave him,
people.
yeah.
You just
Look,
gave him a person.
This is Tim. He's your friend now.
A good person as
Look,
well. Not even-
this is Tim. He's from under the sea. Like, he's been hanging out around here. He's got a horn that's named after him. He's a triton. That's a horn of the tritons. Why don't you two get along? You'll be good friends.
Yeah, you will be friends with this guy.
You
I
will
just
be.
picture Tim's been in the background. No one's noticed him the whole time.
Yeah, no one's gonna just fucking.
He's
fish
just
dude.
like in the water.
I need to get a wand to speak with animal so I can speak to Grinner.
Well, yeah, Cole speaks beaver. That still hasn't happened yet.
Yeah, we haven't found Beaver yet, but one day.
I need to speak.
Well,
Anyways, hi. You can catch me here, and you can where I make more stupid plans that always work and never go wrong.
I forgot you cool speak beaver. I'm
We've got
sorry.
Cole speaks beaver. And you can catch me for discussing tabletop, where all of my opinions are objectively correct.
I've actually, we ran the numbers on this.
I've never been wrong once.
No, it's actually they're goaded on the sauce with this one. Actually,
So,
Feel myself rapidly.
You should come back next week to see the season finale, which we're gonna be doing something.
I have to have 3 more conversations.
there's a bunch more conversations, and there's a little bit of resolution, and you may or may not be going after a weird, following a clockwork parrot to some treasure.
May or may not have a robot bird.
Yeah.
Hey, listen. Every session, all I'm thinking about is leveling up because that's what gives me dopamine nowadays. So, like, you know,
he just needs another
You
hand.
really need the dopamine hit.
sometimes you just need to hit a dopamine.
Enjoy the journey, right?
I
we did
mean,
good stuff here.
you're level 11, aren't you? That's before the end of
Yeah.
the adventure, so you're not going to level up until the next adventure.
I know. I'm aware.
Uh,
It's just I'm looking forward to getting new feet. Listen, all right, rolling HP is like crack cocaine. Okay.
I ain't sure
Ah.
about that.
golf ball. I dropped my golf ball.
Why do you have
Why do you have a
why
golf?
are you?
It's a D100. It's a D100. It's a
Also
golf
known as
ball.
a golf ball.
Yeah, it's a D100. It's also known as a golf ball.
It kind of looks like one.
It really does. It does. Anyway, Joe, anything to shout out?
Oh!
Okay.
See everyone next week for the finale. Hopefully, I am actually closing on a house next week,
Good luck. You know.
so I may or may not be here, or maybe a tiny bit tardy.
Look,
Well, yeah.
we got through the most important part about this, like, overall finale thing, which is, getting
Yeah.
the big title and stuff. Now it's just sort of the cleanup before next adventure and stuff like that. Anyway, I rolled 69. Nice.
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 The magic number.
Anyway, myself, Antis Naraman Jacub, your Lord and Emperor, who's here at least most of the days during the week. If you want to join me, I'm definitely going to be streaming on Friday in the morning, which I'll be doing more of Stellaris trying out the Toxoids, which I have to say, I really like the Knights of the Toxic God origin. If you haven't tried that one out, it is so fun because it's sort of like every once in a while, like when you, it's because it's like one of those ones you do like different levels of. When you hit a new level, there's like this tale of a harrowing knight that goes on an adventure, but it's sort of like, it's like one of those like old tales you'd have in medieval mythology, but it's like space worthy. So it's like they travel across to unknown sector of space to explore the station. It's automated defenses they fought for through them.
That sounds cool.
There was the knight who had to wait 7 days and 7 nights because he sabotaged the robot's recharge station, but one of them came in right as he'd finished his sabotage, so he had to wait for its batteries to run down.
Amazing.
Anyway, and then discuss tabletop on Friday this season. Next week, yay! Pew, pew, pew. And then I'll do more Wrath Righteous because I'm almost done chapter 4. Got a chunk of the way through it. I got to enjoy fighting bullshit crystal monsters, which yes, I reached 17th level. I have better spells to deal with bullshit crystal monsters. Apparently I did look it up. You can there's like a weird the rift of something rather like the 9th level spell. It's really good for killing them. You send them in like a horrible abyss rift. It's like a pit spell, only it's abyssal. They die in there. Anyway, for now, bye. I'm probably not doing anything tomorrow. I'm just gonna say bye and leave it at that because I can't think of anything else. Hey,
Bye.
one last thing. This show will be up on Friday on YouTube because I put up the shows 2 days later. Because guess what came out today? Last week's episode. I finally caught up. I know.
Amazing.
I know. It took like 2 months.
All the YouTuber right there. 10.